with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. The refs mess your weekend up too.
The refs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Kawhi did.
Cope totally had he totally had Moxley there, but the ref wasn't there, so
I know.
screwed up everything.
Screwed everything up. It would have been it. You had him. 1, 2, 3, you're done.
I'm so glad that didn't ruin your weekend, Jason.
It did not. No factors. 0, 0.
Ruined mine. Ruined Chris's. What I was telling you off the air. So, New Orleans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're spring break. We're going to do that. And we found this. And Chris.
Go get there and get the ball there.
One of those like Southern style houses. I can't find the term where like the pillars were like, you know, the front of the house. And it's got like the white things that go from the roof to the porch.
Plantation?
No, the thingies are they
Column?
called columns, pillars?
That's what
Okay,
I
you
said,
said columns. Okay, anyways.
You got to get yourself some
The marble
columns.
columns.
So it's like the perfect spot, right? Like cheap, block from Commander's Palace, Garden District, gorgeous area, right? Like everything's interior. Oh my God, it's amazing. Like, why is this house so cheap? What's wrong? Did somebody die in there? What's the deal? Well,
It's most likely haunted.
it turns out, well, it's right near, there's graveyards around there for sure. So they said the house is shotgun style, which is in the description, it says is a normal thing in New
Very
Orleans
common.
because they're so thin. They go thin and all the way back. So it's a 2-bedroom house, and we're going there with another couple. And if you're in the back bedroom, you have to walk through the other bedroom to get to the rest of the house.
Correct.
So if you're in the back bedroom and it's 3 a.m. and you gotta go potty, you gotta go through somebody else's. That is normal in New Orleans.
Yeah,
Normal-ish.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a. It'd be one thing if it was like just the kids, but I think that's probably.
It's also just depends on how it's designed. I'm thinking about one of my aunts on that side that has one, and the front room is the living room, but then it goes into a bedroom, and then you walk through that, and then you're kind of in like the hangout room, then a kitchen, and then a bedroom. So like the last room, actually, I don't know. There's breaks, but it is weird. But it's just the way it is.
Weird concept to walk through somebody's
And it's just
bedroom.
straight down the line. Yeah. Shotgun house.
It's kind of a deal breaker.
Oh, so you're done?
Well, that's not going to work.
I guess they're not that good of friends.
I mean, well, that's the other thing. What do you do? I text them like, hey, I'm not so much worried about that. It's like what happens at 3 a.m. when me or the wife have to get up.
Does that happen all the time?
I'd probably average.
The bathroom's not right next to the bedroom?
I don't. That's probably a good question. I should ask.
Because you may not be going
if
through
you're
the
contained,
right?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I'd say I average half a bathroom trip per night. I
think you're doing it wrong.
What I mean by half is like every.
You don't finish the job.
I have a little cup. A little Gatorade bottle.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Chris. So I get greeted today. You know, I always stop into Pat and Tom, Cody. And Pat goes, you know, you're producer. And I'm like, yeah. What do you do? Yeah, what? And he goes, he's a great guy. And this is literally what happened. I go, no, he's not. And he goes, no, he is. I go, why is he a great guy? Do tell what this scam is. So apparently on Friday, so I got to be careful here. So apparently on Friday, we have a coworker, you'll know who I'm talking about, that basically carries a 2-bedroom house on his shoulders every time he comes up and down the stairs, right? Huge bag. And I think everybody's had this conversation with him. I know I have like 50 times. I'm like, dude, you've got to store some of this stuff here. Like, you're gonna be in a wheelchair, dude. Like, this thing, it is obnoxiously big, this backpack he carries. And this poor dude is coming up and down the stairs every time he comes into work with this giant backpack. So according to Pat said the same thing to him or something similar. And it was, you know, and Pat said to him, isn't there a place you can store a lot of this stuff so you don't have to do this? And he had said, well, they're supposed to get me a file cabinet that I can lock, you know, so I can store stuff. But, you know, that hasn't happened yet. So, you know, and he's the type of guy that like won't say anything. So Pat goes back, I guess, and then maybe I'm getting some of this wrong, but mentions it to Chris or whatever. And Chris like, oh, well, I have this.
He was looking for one.
He was looking for one.
What are you doing? I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you over here?
Why are you over here? He tells him why. And Chris goes, well, you know, got this. And then apparently Chris clears out all his stuff out of the filing cabinet and carries the file cabinet into the dude's office. And now he has a file cabinet with a little lock on it. And I'm like, what's the angle? What are we doing here? That's a very nice thing to do. It's a kind-hearted thing for Chris to do. Is it a bit? Is there video? Something going on? Apparently Chris felt like being nice on Friday. So,
well, you know what I always say? For each according to his ability, each according to his needs.
He always says that. I'm still trying to figure out who this is.
So each according to his ability, each according to his need. Mm-hmm. Carry the 3. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. You know who this is?
I don't.
This person works does a lot of voice stuff for us here. Right there. Yeah. Wonderful guy.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy. Truly a wonderful guy. So,
I gotcha.
Whenever it's like, hey, is there any chance you can? Yep, I'll do it right now. It's like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful guy. So good for you, Chris. Good for you. You know what? And I think that should be the start of something for you. Like every day you should do a good deed like that. Why not? Just do something nice. There's nothing wrong with that. So spotlight on Chris. Thank you for that. That was very
good job, Chris.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, that just goes to show you that's just another example of setting the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people talk a good talk. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Others, actions.
Right.
Quiet actions that nobody ever knows about until we say them on the radio for everybody to hear about. Yeah. That's the bottom line.
The need.
That's why I did it.
That's why you did it. And then you told Pat to tell me about it this morning. I go, there we go.
I said to him when I saw him this morning, hey, remember that thing I did? I mean, like, no one's really said anything besides you.
Yeah, maybe tell Dave he can't shut up. There you go. My wife had a end of year party for all the basketball girls in the high school. Apparently, all of them on Friday. Mason and I got Kentucky Fried Chicken and hid in my room and watched the Spurs game, Kings and Spurs. And then I went down.
Didn't they just have a party? Or is this the same?
This was the party that you needed the maid for.
Yes.
Because this sounds very similar to what you said.
Look, here's the highlight of the whole thing is one of the moms she had heard that I cleared them out at the game, and she brought a vat of lumpia, to which I just finished off Sunday. There was a lot of food there. Mason and I hid out because there was, I think it's Just Dance or Dance Revolution going on in the garage, and someone was playing piano at one point, and every parent came apparently. So there was like 40 people downstairs, and Mason and I are just upstairs with the dogs. We brought the dogs up because Gracie just can't handle that kind of stimmy. She's just going to jump on everyone. And Gus is going to be like, what are you doing?
Why is all these people just thumping around?
But honestly, the dogs love it because these are messy little kids. So everyone's eating and just spilling stuff. And Gus is doing his truffle pig thing where, anyways, I go downstairs at one point, though, to get a piece of cake for the two of us. And there's a guy, one of the dads in the kitchen, perfectly nice dad. Says, hey, how are you? Hey, good to see you. I go, hey, good to see you in a Warriors jersey in my kitchen. Like, what are we doing?
Get out.
What are we doing?
Get out.
Come on, man. What are we doing? And I almost gave the guy crap, but then I realized, like, I don't know what it was. It was just the vibe. But I was like, you know what? I don't think he's doing this on purpose. I think he's just a guy that likes the Warriors, and it's Friday, and it's a basketball party, and he wore his jersey.
So for a second, you thought he brought it on purpose to...
No, for a second, I was like going to be like, hey, man, this is a King's house. What are we doing here? You're, say something, just kind of jabby, but fun. I would never, be a D-bag about it. Just like, just say something, talk a little garbage, whatever.
Let him know.
But then I realized, I think there are people out there that just watch basketball for fun. They don't live and die with it. And once the game's over, if they lose, like last night, if they lose, they're just like, oh man, get them next time. Shucks. All right, what's on TV? And if they win, they're like, oh, great. That's great. Go team. Go shoot the ball the right way. So I didn't say anything. Jason. I let it go.
You just got the cake and got out of there.
Mm-hmm. It was, you know what? And lastly, it was really, really good cake. It was whipped cream frosting. It was all good. Oh, it was super yummy, right? Until I found that I take a bite and I'm like, what? There's sliced banana in it.
Oh, yummy.
No.
I thought you were going to say it was carrot cake.
No, sliced banana. I wasn't prepared for it. I don't mind. I eat bananas every day, but I don't know.
You're a banana.
I don't need banana. I don't need banana. I don't need banana in my cake.
Just in the tailpipe.
All right. Big show for you. What we've decided to do today is, rather than focus on last night's loss, Jason and I got together today, since it happened Friday and we didn't get a show on Saturday. We're going to recap Friday's game. And then the remainder of the show, what we've done is we compiled highlights, and we're going to do a 4-hour De'Aaron Fox retrospective. Starting his rookie year, we'll do his top 10 highlights from each season, 7 seasons. So we're going to have to fit double in the 8 and 9 o'clock hours. We'll have his high school coaches coming on at 8 a.m. And then we're going to have John Peterson from the San Antonio Ledger is coming on at 9:15, who's going to talk about the future of the Spurs and their initial thoughts on De'Aaron Fox as well. So it's going to be, we'll recap the booing and go over that. And if he came back again this week, would you boo or would you cheer? And that's what today's show would be like if this was hell, which is why I'm wearing red, like the devil.
Yeah. The Ledger, huh?
I was vamping. No, we'll recap Friday very briefly, and I am so glad to be done with that, as I'm sure you guys are all happy to be done with it too. We'll focus on yesterday, mainly where they're at and why I'm not as mad as I probably should be, but I'm not mad at all. We'll take a break. It's Dave, it's Jason, it's Chris. It's Monday. We're back after this.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Lob ball. Jones went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Probes to the right wing, retreats to three-point range, swings it cross court. Levine open, launches, scores. Zach Levine buries his 7th three-pointer of the night. He's got 34 points, and the Kings have a 17-point lead with 3:35 to go. Wise hands, he turns, he launches, it bounces twice and falls in, and the Clippers win at the buzzer, 111-110, and Kawhi Leonard is being absolutely mobbed by his teammates.
Well, they played California Love at the end. I didn't pick that up in the other one. Why are you picking? Why are you playing Uriah Faber's walkout music?
Yeah, he's not from SoCal.
Right. Hello. Okay, I just want to see if it was just me. Okay, go back to the final play. Kawhi makes a shot. First thought in your guys' head. Anything triggered at all?
When I immediately thought he missed it, I thought it just like bounced out. I'm like,
yeah.
And then my friend's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. You?
I just was dejected.
Okay,
I don't know.
So
nobody
else thought Toronto Philly.
No, I remember that. Yeah,
I don't know why that was. Obviously, it's a different shot, but it's like the same stupid last second bouncy. Garbage.
I was honestly, my first thought was, wow, they get the bounce because like Zach LaVine's could have done that in regulation, right? Same kind of thing where it's on the rim and it goes out, and then theirs goes in. Actually, I couldn't believe he was taking so long.
Dude,
like, this is it. This is it.
That's it.
The game's going to end here, and then that's how it ended. Oh,
just
what a swing.
Hold the ball in that giant claw. Yeah. Time's running down.
Throw it up left-handed.
This is one of the Marcus Smart games.
Yep.
This is a Marcus Smart special. 1 inch either way makes all the difference in what we're talking about on a Monday.
For sure. And just seeding. Potential tiebreaker, just a lot. That was a huge difference.
It really was. And, dude, I'm the guy who thought they were going to go 5-12 in March. Okay. It's still in play, by the way.
Sure.
But, we've had a lot of existential conversations lately that cover a lot of stuff with all the Fox drama and all that. I'll say it again, man. You got to call balls and strikes. And I think part of it is this is where, and it might just be that this is where my pessimism comes in really handy for me because, look, I'm pissed they lost. Are the refs and that's the other thing. Are the refs why they lost the game? No. Did the refs have some questionable calls that contributed to them? Yes. Also, they were up 7 with $140 something left. There's a lot. There's not just, it's not binary. There's not one reason why they lost the game. It's very difficult for me to get worked up and angry because almost all the things you and I were questioning when we were making our March predictions, mainly, are they going to figure out their defense? Are they going to play team defense? Are Doug Christie's defensive principles going to get buy-in? Jason, they would have held them had that DeMar DeRozan 3 not been overturned. They would have held the Clippers to under 100 points in regulation and come away winning the ball game. And that's not an anomaly on these past few days. So the problem is it's too late in the season for moral victories. You have to win these games. Also, I'm really happy with 90% of how these guys are playing right now.
Yeah, we had the stat in the pregame yesterday through the 6-game stretch where they were 5-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Number 1 offense, number 1 defense. I went the Kings.
That's pretty good.
I know it's 6 games. And then that last game was tracking that, maybe not as much offensively, even though they were fine. But they, like you said, they were going to hold another team under 100.
Yes.
And even with the overtime, I mean, look, they made that triple overtime game, and it was whatever the historic game, like 170 something. I mean, they made the Clippers work for all of that, and they're just better. They're playing better. They've just, I mean, the hard part is they've got to keep it going. There's just no equity. There's not a lot of wiggle room still. And just last night would have been a really big swing of a game if they could have won it.
The Clippers average 110.8 points per game. And the Kings held them to 111 in overtime, and it would have been under 100 for the for regulation. We're not gonna. Well, I mean, I can't speak for you, Jason. I'm not, and I don't expect you nor I are going to do Moral Victory Monday because, like I said, if this was December, Alan actually said it on Twitter, and I agree with him. If this was December, you could lean a little more into that. Right now, it's like it doesn't matter why they lost. They lost. Right. But God dang it, I love that these guys are a hard out right now. If this is a 50 to 55 win team easily, if they're playing this way from the start of the season on. And by the way, it's almost like it's forgotten. They're missing 40% of their starting lineup, which again, you can't, there's no excuses. You got to play. But they are missing Monk and Sabonis.
Right.
And they're still managing to play this way. So it's like, God dang it, I want to be so proud of these guys and I want to be happy. They've lost their last 2 games on the road by a combined 7, and that Denver game was closer than 116-110, but they're also losing, and you can't lose, and you can't, And
they're going to have to look at that a little bit. They've been so good at closing games. The last 2 losses, to your point, the Denver game, they had a double-digit lead in the 4th, and then last night up 7. I mean, that's an area that, a one more basket, one more stop somewhere along the way, and those are 2 great wins, or you'll take one of them, especially last night. The importance of last night, I think, is the one that you lose the tiebreaker. You're a game and a half behind the Clippers, effectively 2.5.
Yeah,
now.
you are.
So, and I hate to say it, but 0-7 against LA.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
Also, stupid James Harden.
Him too.
I don't like him.
Yeah, it would have been worse if Harden threw that in.
I was just eating my foot. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
But it sounds right.
Yeah.
Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Thank you. Come on.
And Sacramento, for the 5th consecutive season, has come into the Garden, and they go home with a cold shoulder from the Knicks. The final score in this one is 143-120. New York gets its 30th win of the season. The Kings have now lost 2 consecutive games to start this trip, and their record now stands at 23-22, and their road record is now at an even 500, 10 wins against 10 losses, as they'll start thinking about the Brooklyn Nets on Monday night across the river.
Hey, so, combined 61 points between DeRozan and Levine last night on exactly 50% shooting between the two of them. DeRozan 12 of 12 from the line. And how about 8 points in 12 minutes with 3 boards for Devin Carter, which I thought was a
nice
bright
performance,
side.
yeah.
Knicks come in tonight, no rest for the wicked.
Kings have to play again tonight?
They got to play again tonight, Jason. Yeah, they basically have enough time to go home, get a meal, quick shower, sleep, walk through, and then they're back at it tonight.
Yeah.
Now, no Jalen Brunson.
Correct.
No Jalen Brunson.
Tibbs going to be angry. They've lost 3 in a row.
They have.
I don't like that.
Yeah, they're going to be.
He's never happy anyway.
No.
Angry Tibbs.
That's why isn't that. Oh, you know what? I feel like. What was the bit we did with Tibbs? Didn't we do a bit with Tibbs last year? I can't remember.
Was it him or Belichick? No, it was Tibbs.
No, it was Tibbs.
Yeah, it was really
Someone
funny.
out there will remember because it went for like
really
2
funny.
hours.
I went down under the desk.
Yes, you did. What were we? It was like Tom Thibodeau so blank that he blankety blankers.
Just kept filling in the. Yeah, it was great.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a spread on tonight. Hello, how you doing? Kings Knicks 7:30 start tonight. NBA TV. You're going to be weird. Wait, it says 7:30. I'm sorry. Did I just break that news to you? 7:30 start. Sorry.
I get 2 naps in today.
Yes. Nap like the wind. Christopher Cross.
7:30.
7.
Why?
It's what it says. It's the last game of the night. I know. I'm sorry. Do you want me? I will call them right now.
Yeah, call Silver.
I'll call Silver at the break. Okay. Hi ho. Can we get the game moved back for my guy Jason, please?
Hey, your refs screwed us last night.
Thank you. Right.
How about we make this a little earlier? How about we get a 4:00 start?
Thank you. It's
Honestly,
Monday night.
It's the worst thing you've ever told me.
Hey, can I say also?
You hurt my feelings.
I think this might be the worst one because it's Monday, which is readjustment to sleep day.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got a late start tonight. Oh, you're going to have little Z's around your head tomorrow.
Yes. And last night I go, at least the game's 6:30. It ended. We started the post game later than we normally do because the overtime and all those reviews. I went.
Hey, what do you think of this then? In honor of that tomorrow, sometimes we'll theme shows. What about Lullaby Tuesday, where we just come back and it's just all lullabies?
Tough game for the Kings last night.
What if you just see me sitting here? My eyes are open.
You do that thing. What was that? Stranger Things, where he tattoos the eyeballs on his eyelids, so it looks like he's awake the whole time.
Is it really 7:30? I want to look.
No,
it up.
I promise. Yeah, okay, but let me do the odds first, and then I'll. I think Chris went first last time. Jason, who's favored by how much?
Care anymore. The time by
it's so
too
funny.
much.
It's so funny because it's only a half hour. But I know, but I know.
It's going 9 overtimes.
I didn't say that.
Do it.
I didn't say that.
I'm saying
say that.
Oh, what? 10 overtimes?
Honestly, tonight,
basket malfunction.
This is what I heard. They're going to break the record for overtimes, and as if that wasn't bad enough, it's going to be the second fire alarm situation we've had in the NBA where they're going to have to do that whole thing like they did at Chase Center. Hour delay.
And I heard De'Aaron's coming back. We're doing a much longer tribute.
They're actually, it's funny you say that, they're doing a full tribute at the pitch and putt place next door, whatever that is, the punchy social thing.
Punchy social.
Yeah. Who's favored?
The Kings by 1.5.
Okay, Kings by 1.5.
Knicks by 2.5.
We have a correct answer, ladies and gentlemen. First correct answer we've had in a long time. And as we go to break, we've got Kings highlights from the Spurs, followed by versus the Clippers in the following segment. So it's going to be an audio Monday. And as we break, Christopher Laud, not only a good person, but also incredibly accurate when it comes to odds. The Knicks are favored by 2.5. Jason, it's not getting any better for you. It's been a rough 10 minutes for you. We're going to take a break so Jason can
Oh, I just got a text from the league that moved the game to 8.
Get it together. We'll be right back after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app. Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
What if your limited inventory had unlimited potential? What if your biggest risk was not taking one? What if you could make every move matter? Bank of America's Business Solutions can help bring your biggest what-ifs within reach. Find out how our digital tools, cutting-edge insights, and trusted expertise can work for your business. What would you like the power to do? Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-848-4499. 800-848-4499. Again, that's 800-848-4499.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Okay, we found the Tibbs bit. Tibbs is the kind of guy that wears suspenders to hold up his sweatpants.
Yes, more please.
No, more please. Yes. Tom Thibodeau is the guy that's cleaning the bathroom and looks at you and says, "Got to put elbow grease into it." That's what it was.
Yes.
I didn't know how we got on that back. I
so
wish I could
good.
remember the genesis of that whole thing. Speaking of, and then we'll move on here. I was watching this documentary on Phil Collins. It's free on YouTube, and his son did it, right? And it's like it's kind of part of it's how's that dork? How's that dork? I don't know why did I even do that. It's kind of sad because Phil's like, he didn't get around well. Like they had to help him up on the, like they put together his old drum set from Genesis and like they had to help him up and kind of sit him down super gingerly. And then he like grabbed a couple of the drumsticks and was like, ching, all right, that's enough. And put him down. Yeah. So like,
put him down.
Yeah, he was done. So that part's kind of sad seeing your heroes get old. But anyways, really super interesting. I recommend if you're a Phil Collins fan or just a music fan, it's on YouTube. It's free. It's like an hour and a half. Really well done. But they started talking about like early Genesis, right? With him and Peter Gabriel and Mike Rutherford and Mike and the Mechanics.
So the Genesis.
The Genesis of Genesis.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog, the first Madden.
Sega Genesis. I got it. Okay. It took me a second. Dude, early Genesis is like Pink Floyd. It's weird. It's like druggy, sort of like what kind of music? Should give it there's a album called Nursery Crime, CRYME. And I don't know, dude. I was trying to listen. It was interesting.
It's weird. Give it a listen.
Yeah, it's really weird. Give it a listen. What else? How about some highlights, Jason? You want to start with the Spurs and Kings?
Sure. That was Friday night. That was the night to remember.
Yeah, you were there. How was the definitely a charged atmosphere, I imagine? Yeah.
It was bizarre by the end of the night because, look, we speculated all last week. Was he going to get cheered? Is he going to get booed? I would say this, and I don't know how it sounded on the TV, but his intro, I feel like it was 50-50. If you told me it was 60-40 cheer, 60-40 boo, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah.
You heard both, definitely. And then first possession, boo. When he got the ball, I'm like, whoa. And then they did that the whole game. And then without a doubt, when he got the tribute video, that was his best ovation.
On the broadcast, it actually sounded like 70-30 cheers to boos on the broadcast.
For the intro?
For the intro.
Okay.
For the original intro. And then every time he got the ball, he got booed.
Yeah.
And then so it honestly, I was actually proud of the fans.
It kind of worked. It all did.
It did.
And by the end, it was just like, I don't know, you're almost numb to it. It's like, and it didn't seem like it really, well, he didn't have a very good game, but honestly, De'Aaron hasn't played that well for a couple weeks.
No. And I wouldn't, look, I mean, I'm happy we won and screw them.
Yeah.
Also, let's not write the obituary on the Spurs, just yet.
This year?
No, I'm talking about like for the future. Like,
no. This is all about the future.
Yeah, they're going to be just fine, but they weren't Friday.
Right.
And I thought it went exactly how it should. Look, you cheered him for the most part in the opening. There were definitely some boos.
Yeah.
And then you booed him every time. Good, boo him every time. Absolutely, you beat him, and then you gave him the nice ovation for that
because that was like all his work as a King. So it's like, okay, we're showing that.
Yeah,
we're gonna honor you. Thank you.
That's right.
But then the next time you touch the ball, boo. It was like, oh, all right.
What if the whole tribute video was just him? Like, I didn't ask for a trade. It was just like everything leading up.
Spurs highlights.
And I'm so damn glad. Like, literally,
it's done.
Yeah, it's done. Thank God.
Yeah.
Did you see the brawl that was there too? I'm not joking.
Was it with an older gentleman?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that was that game.
Yes.
Okay, I saw that video.
It was on this Twitter account I follow that does nothing but like fights and weird stuff in Sacramento. I know.
In Sacramento?
Yeah, it's called, I think, like 916 Today.
A lot of it's in my neighborhood.
And no, for real. Like there was a naked lady crawling across the street on Fruit Ridge over the weekend. But yeah, they had the fight, and it was like some dude holding a like "We Love You Fox" banner or something like that, and then the old guy like got in some shots.
Yeah, and then like afterwards, like boom,
right? Yeah, he was really proud of himself. It's so rad to be done with it. Like everyone feels the way they feel. I just didn't like. God, there was a lot of. I don't like it when there's infighting in the fan base. A lot of infighting in there. And
that part's over.
I'm glad that's over. I'm glad we won. It didn't start out the way we wanted, though, with De'Aaron Fox scoring all the points early on for the Spurs.
Chris Paul works at the top of the three-point circle against Keon Ellis. Now to Fox, off the bounce for two, and he scores the first 2 points of the ball game. Casually looks over at his old bench and just kind of nods as if to say that's how it's done. 2-0 start for San Antonio and for Fox.
Oh, no.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. I was like,
But not much after that.
No, and we talked about that on Friday. Figured it was either going to be Fox goes for 40 or 50, or Fox has a pedestrian night, not much in the middle. And he was not great. You know who was pretty darn good? Jonas Valanciunas.
Comes Valanciunas to set the screen. Debo takes it to the left, goes to the baseline, up fake, kicks it out now to a cutting Keegan Murray. Off the bounce, the floater, two bouncer, no good. Put back, Valanciunas. 10 points for Valanciunas, and a 9-point lead for Sacramento at 43-34. It's the biggest of the night.
One of our loyal listeners last night said when Sabonis comes back, and there's that Valanciunas Laravia lineup that goes in, that we should call it the Tune Squad. It actually made me laugh. It actually made
supporting that.
The Tune Squad. Zach LaVine was sublime on Friday, and he put a 3 right on Fox's forehead.
Here's LaVine picking up where he left off in the second quarter with a left wing triple. That puts him at 21 points. Kings on top, 62-45.
How about more Zach LaVine, would you? I'm fine with it.
I'm good.
LaVine bumped, gets into the paint. Tough fall away for 2. Nothing but net. And I mean tough fall away. He was dramatically falling backward, had to get his legs and a lot of lift into that shot, and he did exactly that.
Let me turn on my microphone here. Final thing here, Zach LaVine with his fifth. It was his 7th.
That's too many.
7th 3-ball. That's the limit. He's not allowed to hit anymore. Not one.
Keon Ellis now probes to the right wing, retreats to three-point range, swings it cross court. LaVine open, launches, scores. Zach LaVine buries his 7th three-pointer of the night. He's got 34 points, and the Kings have a 17-point lead with 3:35 to go. Timeout taken by San Antonio.
Yeah, the spotlight was on De'Aaron, but the guy I was traded for went off.
Yep, Zach LaVine's night, 36 points for LaVine, 127-109. By the way, Harrison Barnes is 4 of 6 for 12 points.
There's to you, HB.
6 of 17, including 0 of 6 from beyond the arc for De'Aaron Fox, 16 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. And yeah, all 5 starters in double figures, 36 points on 14 of 22. He was a convenience store, 7 of 11 from 3. Really?
Yeah.
15, 12, and 6 for Jonas Valanciunas, 19 and 9 with 2 blocks for Keegan Murray. DeMar DeRozan threw in 22. We'll take a break when we come back. All right, kids, that's the good news. We waited as long as we could. The bad news, the Kings played again last night against the Los Angeles Clippers. We've got your audio. We're all in it together. Next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
At Wells Fargo, we know what got you into your business. Whether it's manufacturing, running a restaurant, or your business from home. What you didn't get into your business for was banking. But luckily, Wells Fargo offers business checking, payments, and lending all in one place, in your neighborhood and on our app, so you can focus on doing what you love. Wells Fargo, you're good at business, we're good at business banking. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/business. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank and a member FDIC.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Why am I blanking? No, I know this well. This is an easy E. It's 100% not easy E. I know this.
Thinking of a master plan. Am I in the right?
Yeah. No. I'm not going to get it, but I know. You shook your head at the whole Easy E thing, but I'm telling you, there's an Easy E song that sounds very much like this sample.
So.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like Easy E's radio, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, Christ. My bad. Told you it is easy. On the radio. Radio. Yes. From Easy Does It. Welcome back. I think from Easy Does It. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Law. I don't think me saying that was, it's not easy. I feel like you rolled your eyes at that, and I feel like that's a pretty good grab, even though I said it wasn't that. Like, I don't know that deserved an eye roll. I think that deserved a raised eyebrow, as in, are you sure?
No, you said it's definitely not easy. When you doubled down on it not being.
It's double down. What, Chris?
Matt George getting random shots this morning. That's awesome. It's better than talking about last night. Well, you know what? I take that back. Last night was a good game, a hard-fought game, and I thought the Kings played quite well. The big the big complaint I have about last night is they couldn't hit their threes.
The Kings?
The Kings. Yeah. Kings shot 26% from beyond. They were 9 of 34. That's going to be tough. Now, granted, Clippers didn't shoot much better either. They were 32%, and they were 60% from the line. Both teams shot 25 free throws. Look, the ref thing's the ref thing, man. I thought the game, for the most part, was fairly even, call-wise. Not perfect. We'll get to that DeRozan call here in a second.
Yeah, it was a big one.
That was a big one. A giant one. It was huge, by the way. Here's Jonas Valanciunas just with a random basket because we love him so much.
Here's Valanciunas, rocks up on his toes, doesn't shoot the two-pointer, takes it inside against the box and scores coming down the right side of the lane. Kings back up by 3 at 10-7. Valanciunas gets his first 2 points of the early evening.
How about Devin Carter getting some early run in the second quarter? And he gets a nice little layup.
4 in the possession, drives inside, up fake once, twice, step through, and he scores. Nice decision there against Bogdanovic. Devin Carter, the rookie, just checking in, makes it 25-22 in favor of the Kings.
So DMX in the background. Here's Devin Carter getting up in the air, up in the clouds.
Hugo comes up, challenged all the way by another good on-ball defender in Derrick Jones Jr. DeRozan now right side of the paint, shoulders for space, turns, 13-footer, front rim short, spike, put back, thrown down by Devin Carter. Oh my, was that spectacular.
Let's fast forward, Jason Ross, just for time constraints here. The fourth quarter, they're going back and forth. It's James Harden, it's Levine, it's DeMar DeRozan with a jumper to put the Kings up by 1.
On the side, shot clock reset at 14. Jake LaRavia with the inbounds to Valanciunas. Jonas looking for a dribble handoff, gives it to DeRozan. DeRozan almost straight away. Leans right, steps left, off the bounce, pull up 15-footer, score, and the Kings go back on top. Sacramento leading 99-98. We're a minute into a 5-minute overtime session.
They continue to get into overtime. The Clippers built a little bit of a lead, and then they found a little something. This was an interesting move. Keon Ellis did not have his best night. There's no doubt about that. But I did not think I would ever see Keon Ellis subbed out for defensive purposes. But Doug saw something he liked with Jake LaRavia. And by the way, it didn't exactly work, but I understand where he was going. The Clippers found, the game's it's a game of opportunities and little things you can find in the course of the game. And they found this little mini play where you had James Harden driving down the middle and either taking the floater if nobody got him, or if they collapsed, kicking it to Jones Jr. on the right side for the 3 or the 3 attempt. Jones Jr. made the first of those, missed the second, in between a Harden floater right here to put the Kings down by 1 late in OT.
Inbounds to Harden. Harden tonight, 27 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, down 1, drives, floater in the lane. Yes, it rattled and it settled. Clippers regain the lead. 28.9 seconds to go. It's 109-108.
I want to do something I don't normally do, Jason. I'm going to go back because I think these clips should be played back to back. Very end of regulation. Zach LaVine with the ball on ISO, and he gets himself a decent look.
Inbounds pass. Going to go to Valanciunas. He's looking for somebody to hand it to. It's Levine. 8 seconds to go. Score tied at 97. 6 seconds to go. Levine creeping forward. Drives to the right. Hesitates. Off the bounce. Pull up for the win. Around and out. It's no good. We're going to overtime. A great look off the dribble from Zach LaVine with a hesitation move, and the shot rimmed out. 5 minutes of extra basketball right around the corner.
All right. So you get free basketball. You go into OT. Zach LaVine's shot bounces around and out. Remember that as we listen to Kawhi Leonard at the end of overtime.
Kawhi's hands. He turns. He launches. It bounces. It bounces twice and falls in. And the Clippers win at the buzzer. 111-110. And Kawhi Leonard is being absolutely mobbed by his teammates. Heartbreaking loss for Sacramento. He held it at the top of the circle again.
No offense, G-Man. We got it. One bounces out, one bounces in. Them's the breaks. That's what they say. And there's a lot of things we can look at. There's so many microcosms, Jason, from this game, especially in a game where it's a 1 or 2 point win or loss. There's so many different things you can point to, and it's not fair because it's a combination. But I know a lot of Kings fans today are going to be looking at that DeMar DeRozan overturned 3.
Yeah.
I will say this. Was it a foul? Questionable. I've seen the replay a bunch of times. You are allowed to have some sort of contact, the high five they call it, that whole thing. But I will say this. There is no part of me, whether it's a foul or not, there is no part of me. Nobody can make the case to me that the refs had indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the floor. That's the problem. I have seen us lose that, get that called and or lose that challenge a billion times. Don't concentrate on whether or not it was a foul because we could argue that all day. But they're saying they had evidence?
Yeah.
No.
The other part about that's now something that I think has to be coached or ingrained into the players. So the end of the play, so pretty much the whistle happened right away, right? Whistle, he shoots the ball, whistle, it's a 3, long rebound that looked like Jake LaRavia was going to get.
Yes.
But the play, there's a whistle. So he stopped.
Right.
So there's no imminent possession.
That's right.
And I don't even blame Jake LaRavia. I mean, that whistle was seconds before like the loose ball. But had he grabbed the rebound, okay, the challenge, well, Kings basketball, right? No three, but Kings basketball. Instead, nobody went for the ball. So then it's a jump ball. Clippers win the jump ball.
So the possible solution there, and I would ask you if you are okay with this, would be for the refs to basically, like in soccer, play almost like an advantage where they swallow the whistle, let the play resolve, rebound Kings, rebound Clippers, out of bounds, whatever it may be, then blow the whistle and then go back to the 3-point
That's
shot.
really tough.
That's the only way I can think of that you do
now,
it.
some of them happen fast and organically,
Sure,
but this one
do.
didn't. Yeah,
that's a tough position to put them in as well. We'll have a lot more on this later. When we come back, hey, this is a very frustrating time for Kings fans. Let's talk about it. They're looking like a different team, but these losses, even just the two of them, pile up at this time of year. Let's talk about the overall psychology of us in the fan base. We'll do it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I put on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-292-7788. 800-292-7788.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, and we've done this for years, especially after a loss like that, we refer to it as Kingsaholics Anonymous. This is a safe space for fans, new and old, that just need a place on the couch. And by the way, more often than not, I'm the first guy on the couch. I'm weirdly, I don't know about calm, but Jason, I'm stuck because I feel like I should be more pissed about last night. Yes, that was a stupid ref call. There are a lot of things we can point to. And the bottom line is they lost a game they had a big lead on in Denver. They lost a game that they should have won last night. But also, my expectations were pegged so low for this month. And time again, you and I would talk about it. I'd say, look, this is a great fantasy basketball team. On paper, they've got a ton of talent. I don't think the mix is going to happen right. Who's playing defense? Then Sabonis goes out. Then Monk goes out. It's like, okay, dude, we are absolutely screwed. Jonas is he's everything we could want him to be, but now you're asking him to play 30-plus minutes. And I look at what they're doing, and I guess it comes down to this. And again, I'll give credit to Alan Stiles for kind of compartmentalizing it properly. If this is November, December, even January, I'm like, guys, they're getting it. Look at the signs. If they play like this, we're good. But it's too late in the season. You can't. There's no moral victories. It can all be true.
Yeah.
But we can't afford to have these losses.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because it's results based. But when you start to look at the results in like under Doug, what is it, 20-12?
Yeah,
I mean, so that part. Then you even go post trade while going through all that. It's been good. It just feels like they're a better team. Watching them, they're definitely more complete. I don't think anybody could argue that. They're deeper. There's more parts that are filled in. Certainly not a perfect team, nor are we suggesting that, but it just looks better. And so before, when you're like, can they get in the top 10? And now it's like, it feels like they're going to be in the top 10, but just based on circumstances, so they can be 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, it feels like they're better than that. When early on in the year, remember Dave, when Mike Brown was here, like, this doesn't add up. They're a top 10 offense, like a 14 defense. Why are they 4 games below 500?
Right.
And then now that you're here, it's like, okay, they're definitely better. And some of the metrics are still showing that. Until last night, they were winning a bunch of close games. So it's just, I wish there was maybe 3 months left, but there's not. And so now, again, I think this can all still switch in the last, 4 weeks, but it just, you gotta like stay crazy hot and hope for the best around you.
Here's the good. They're 33-30. They've won 6 of their last 10. They're 16-14 at home. They're 17-16 on the road. There ain't that many teams, by the way, that are above 500. I mean, there are a few, but you're probably talking, I think maybe there's 8 to 10 teams in the league that have above 500 records, both at home and on the road. Their defense has drastically looked better. And by the way, here's another thing. I am excited. I don't know if there's going to be enough time, depending on how long he's out. I guess now is a really good time to mention. We'll also get into it later that Malik Monk has been cleared for practice. Sabonis as well, but will be reevaluated. It sounds like it's a little bit longer of a timetable. Again, I think we said this in the beginning. It's going to be I'd be surprised if he's back in under 2 weeks from the date of the injury. I think it's going to be about 2 weeks. And if math serves correctly, I think that brings him back around the Cleveland game. Jonas Valanciunas has done a wonderful job, and there's no but at the end of that. And we'll take all the credit for that since we were screaming for him for months. He has been a wonderful pickup. He's not Domantas Sabonis.
No. And I think what's important, though, is when Sabonis and Monk are back, that you don't lose Keon and you don't lose Valanciunas. Like, you can still get the best of them off the bench or start wherever they fit in, but they can't get lost because they've done some good things.
Weirdly enough, and maybe I'm wrong here, I actually think the Sabonis coming back thing might be the easier thing to integrate because JV goes back to the bench.
Yeah.
Now you've got the ability to play him minutes and all. I'm a little more curious as to the whole, like, well, does Doug just even, like, how about using the injury as an excuse to be like, hey, Malik, we're going to bring you off the bench the first game or two? Because that's the one where I feel like I'm really split on starting Malik Monk or not. A huge part of me wants him to, and I was huge on him starting. But gosh, Keon as the anchor with Keegan to that defense is something else.
Yeah, and I think the other little byproduct that's happened here is Levine and DeRozan have been able to kind of do their thing, but I think they've gotten more offense from Keegan.
Yes.
While Monk is, and I don't blame Keegan because Keegan's like, okay, my role is to be a really good defender. We got Sabonis, we got Monk, we got DeRozan, we got Levine. Like, I could be the fifth option, and that's fine. Now, when Keon's in there and Valanciunas, it's like Keegan's a little bit more aggressive, and I think that's good for the team.
And he's shooting, just by the way, for the month of March, we're 5 games in on the March gauntlet. He's shooting 50, 41, 100.
Nice.
And by the way, we'll talk about this in 3 for Madness next. Little little tiny itsy teensy weensy edge showing up. The whole on Friday at one point, so go get your Rook Fox.
Yeah, you won't like me when I'm angry.
And then last night, turned to the Clippers bench, gave him a little look, little bit of a celebration. What are we doing?
In a Keegan way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very, yes. Very, very Keegan-ish. His defense has just been amazing.
It has been.
He really, really, and the tough part about Keegan is like, he is not a box score player. You had a box score last night. You're like, 15 and 6, 2 assists. He had, shot 50%. Okay, hit 3 threes. It's a fine game. Dude, his defense last night is flying all over the place. Yep. So locked in as an A. He's so important to this team.
Guarding so many positions.
Dude, honestly. And Kawhi was having a night. Mm-hmm. Like, not until the very end, he was having not the night at all. And then, does his thing. 1-800-920-1140. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good. You?
Hanging in there. We went to the game actually last night. Drove from Sac. Went down to check out the arena.
Wow.
Nice.
I will say that the Kings fans did turn out. It was like a Golden One Center South. I'd say it was a nice. I was just ready to blow up that arena though, light the beam, get the chants going. Very depressed after that game. I was tuning in, just hoping. What are some words of encouragement? We're going into New York tonight. Our guys are going to be completely gassed overtime. Hopefully, we get Monk back. What do you guys got for me to encourage me as a Kings fan a little bit? Little tough night last night.
I would say thank you, Justin. And by the way, I don't know if he was part of that group or not, but Crown Downtown still does that. They had it looked like they had 20, 25 people going down there on a Sunday night on a work night. It's so awesome. Shout out to Mike Tavares and that whole crew. Jason, we've talked about it a little bit. Number one, this is not December's Kings. There's a lot of they're a tough out. They were a tough out. They've either won every game this month or Denver and the Clippers had to fight tooth and nail on their home floors. You got the Knicks coming in tonight. Yeah, it's a tough matchup, but also you're back home. Jalen Brunson's out. And I think, Jason, if you win tonight, I won't say it erases last night's loss, but this isn't a game I have pegged as a win.
Yeah, you know what's weird? Sometimes we've talked about this before, just kind of the nature of athletes. Like, okay, you might have had the really heartbreaking loss, and then sometimes, maybe this isn't the best example, but it's a loss, and then you'll see afterwards, you're like, man, they're hugging, they're laughing, they're talking to the guys from the other team, they've been buddies forever, and you're like, I'm more angry than they are.
That's right.
Like, I think we're all hurt from what we saw. It was a painful loss. They do an amazing job, and I'm saying they in the collective of athletes. It's like, how can you play tonight? They will.
They will.
Like, they'll move on. Like, you have to, and you flush it, and you move on. But I think what you do with the encouragement would be is they're in a good pocket now. They're playing well. I think they'll be confident tonight. And, look, the Knicks are good, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Kings come out and play another really good game.
Wait a minute here. I want to take this call, but hold on. Isn't this Monday?
Next week.
What?
Next week.
What's this week?
Cross promotion of other shows.
Well, before I take this call, then, sucker, let me tell you, Alan Stiles coming up after us is going to break all this stuff down.
Yes,
including him saying, "Hey, I'm not here for the moral victory crap," and then join Drapes and Whitey in the afternoon, leading up to tonight's action with the Knicks. That's a point. Let's take Mike. Good morning. Next week we couldn't take Mike. We have to get out on time. But Mike, 3 for Madness is next. Didn't want you to hold through that. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Hey, I had a question for you. The last, 15 seconds, they pass the ball to Kawhi. He's standing there, and his foot moves about 3 feet, and the refs are just watching it. Any reason why they would call travel there? I know it's the end of the game, but, come on. I'll take my call off the air.
Yeah,
let's take your call off the air.
Travel. I didn't notice.
I didn't notice that either. Honestly, I'd have to go back and look at it. And my first question would be, well, was his pivot foot down? And was it his other foot? I don't know. Also, there were some. I need to go back and watch that last play because there's a few people too saying, well, hold on, Zubac was in the lane for like 20 of the 24 seconds. What's the deal there?
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. I don't have an answer, but to be honest with you, Mike, I'll have to go back and watch. We'll take a break. Quick 1-minute break here. When we come back, 3 for Madness. What was your favorite thing about Friday? Are we seeing attitude era with Keegan and this whole recent stretch as well? We'll cover that all in 3 for Madness next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Some guy in the text line at 916-339-1140 says, I want to call. Should I call now? Yeah. Call, dude. Well, hold on. Let's see. Hey, good morning. Are you the guy that was texting saying you wanted to call in?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on? We're doing 3 for Madness, but you were so aggressive, and I mean that in a good way, by the way. I mean that in a good way that I wanted to get to you real quick. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. Calling you from Southern California. Long time follower of your radio. First time calling in.
Thank you.
I was at the game last night, and just couldn't sleep the whole night because that Kawhi shot just kept replaying. I think Levine could have easily got that bounce in, and we might be having a different conversation. Aside from that, I still think that Kings still need to improve their 3-point defense. The Clippers necessarily didn't have a good shooting night from the 3-point field. Neither did Kawhi or Harden, but I think Derek Jones got Jr., if I'm not mistaken, got a couple open 3-point looks in the fourth quarter, and I think he ended up knocking about 2 of them down. And Amir Coffey also got some good looks. Are the Kings packing the paint a little bit too much? Are they double teaming too much? Or are they still just not disciplined enough to close out to the open 3-point shooters? Because it's really these role players, 3-and-D guys that other teams have that continue to kill us in the 3-point line and really, kill our momentum.
It's a great question and a great first call. Thank you for that. I would say, and I know we got to do this here, I would try to simplify it. I think right now individual defense is tough for these guys on the perimeter, and so you're kind of caught in a no man's land. Jason, I'm guarding you, and I'm not a wonderful isolation defender. You're at the 3-point, you're out behind the arc, right? I either get up on you, okay, and you blow by me, and I need to trust the help behind me, and I don't trust it yet. I play back on you, and now you have an open look at 3. Or what I think a lot of what the Kings have been doing is somebody will blitz or come over and double you, which is fine, but the ball always moves faster than the player. You're rotating it around, and next thing you know, Freddie Smith is on the corner with a wide open 3. How many times have we seen this with a Sacramento King defender running at them, trying to high-five them? I think the more they learn to trust, we talked about peel screens last week, what's behind them. I think the team philosophy right now and talking to some of the coaches is, look, we're always willing to give up an open 3-point shot more than an open 2-foot shot.
Right.
The numbers are just better that way. But a lot of that, I think, is going to come with trusting that defense behind you if you get blown by.
Yeah, and then it's also you're trying not to leave the open shot for a Curry.
That's right.
Or a Buddy Hield, like snipers.
That's
like
right.
If you leave it for, the other day, Westbrook, it's like, well, he's not a great shooter, but he made a few.
That's going to beat you. That's going to beat you.
If Derek Jones Jr. beats you, it's you. Yeah, I don't know if you live with it better than you do letting James Harden get into the basket or Kawhi Leonard get into the basket. So the games they win, we don't bring that up though as much, right? Like I'm sure they did some scheming on Fox, and Vassell wasn't hitting a ton of threes.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes wasn't hitting a ton of threes. So they just did a better job that night.
3 for Madness. We'll go real quick. Question 1.
What was your favorite thing about Friday's game versus the Spurs?
Other than the win, that it's over. I'm so tired of it. So tired of talking about it. So tired of yelling and screaming back and forth about it. I did not enjoy the lead up to the Spurs for a lot of reasons. I'm happy it's done. Fox got here. He did his thing. He got his flowers. He got his booze. Now that's it. Now he's just another dude.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'd agree that it's over. And then the second part is, look, the big piece in the trade was Levine, and he was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So to have him have one of those games at home as kind of on Fox's night was really kind of cool.
And we could put it to bed. Kings on the trade.
Obviously. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Are we seeing the birth of Keegan Murray's attitude era?
During that game, come get your rook, Fox. And then last night, looking over at the Clippers bench and got a little chest bump with who was that, by the way? Damn it, he's a bench guy for us. Was it Mason Jones? I think it was. Is that an Indiana Jones reference? Or what's that from?
It's a song.
Oh, but like Dr. Jones. Okay, anyways. I think I don't think Keegan's a guy that's going to roll out with sleeves on and start talking garbage to everybody, but a little bit of an edge to him.
Yeah.
Totally fine with that.
I would say this has got to be a start because there's been zero.
Nothing.
Zero.
Yeah.
So there's been 2 things, which feels like an edge to me.
Yes.
Kind of cool.
Just at some point, we're going to hear game blouses from him after a win. And I'm totally fine with that. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
The Kings are a couple of rough calls away from a nice, fat winning streak.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that in your head?
It's frustrating because I would like to have seen Montana. I would have liked to have seen them. You get one. Okay, you lost the Denver one, you get it back in LA or vice versa. And they lost both, and that's tough at a time when they are right in the thick of things, where 6 is in view and 11 is in view. It really does seem like they're trending towards the play-in. But they have 19 games to get these guys together to reintegrate DeMontis Sabonis, to reintegrate Malik Monk, and you hope that this time without them is really helping them gel, and that they can come out and go into this play out, whatever, as just a really, really tough out and a team that can at the ceiling make a little bit of noise. Yeah. I think they're trending that way right now.
This question is about how do you deal with it in your head? I'm gonna go back to the last 3 losses. So here's my head, Dave. The 3 losses ago was out of the All-Star break. All the rest, everybody's healthy. They're playing the Warriors 9 versus 10. Kings are 9. Huge game at home. Kings get just pantsed.
Yes.
And after that game, I'm like, you know what? The roster's not good enough. I don't know if they're going to end up in the top 10. I'm down on everything. Since then, a bunch of wins. These 2 losses, it's more of, man, if they just did this thing in the fourth quarter, or just one more stop, or it's totally different. And I think each game kind of changes the mood, how you feel. And so it's going to swing some more, even in this last 4 weeks. It really will.
And they're playing. Look, the grind doesn't stop.
Nope.
That's the other problem, is that by the time the grind does stop a little bit, it could very well be too late. Just to remind you, they've got the Knicks tonight, back to back, after a 1-game road trip. Then it's at Golden State Thursday, at Phoenix Friday, home Memphis, home Cleveland, home Chicago, home Milwaukee, home Boston, home Oklahoma City. You're playing Cleveland, Milwaukee, Boston, and Oklahoma City over the course of 6 days.
Yeah.
That is just that is the toughest stretch of the season right there. So I hope not, but look, bottom line is this: we may need to get used to. We may unfortunately be getting used to this whole they only lost by 3 to OKC, right. But that's what happened. That's where they've got to get some of these margin victories, like tonight against the New York Knicks. You got to do it if you want to be anything other than the 10 or the 9 seed. All right, we will take a break. When we come back, it's a big weekend. We'll pause for the NFL. Not just the Raiders making a trade, but where Aaron Rodgers might be popping up as well. Also, no, yes in Cleveland. We'll, well, you know what? Let me clarify that. I just realized we're talking about Myles Garrett. That could be misconstrued. We'll get to all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Go to overheaddoorcompanyofsacramento.com and overheaddoorofsacramento.com in their website to find out all the very latest that they have to offer. We are proud new owners of garage doors from the Overhead Door Company. A couple weeks in now. The installation was great. The preparation was awesome. They came out, measured everything, and it's just incredible. The look that we have now, the curb appeal, better look overall for our house. Love the doors, got windows at the top, just a really clean, modern look, and obviously the ability to open the doors via keypad, via the app, via the remotes. It's just incredible. And so they can do that, brand new doors. They can fix existing doors. They can do this in commercial or residential. So look, they are here to help, and they've been doing this for 70 plus years in our region, and they are just at the top of their game. A family-owned company. Multiple generations there, just good people that you want to work with, that you want to be connected with. And I'm so happy we are as well. And right now in March, take advantage of their March special deals, including $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. You can make it all happen. Check out their website. Call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader. The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Well, the Raiders, I think, I don't know, would you call Geno Smith your quarterback of the future? I mean, definitely the near future.
Yeah. I mean, it is an upgrade, right? Yeah,
it is 100% an upgrade.
I just didn't see it coming. Like last week when people were talking about quarterbacks for the Raiders, even before Stafford, it was like Stafford, Rodgers, Wilson, Fields, Darnold. I'm like, okay, if they land one of those to go with the coach and GM, like
sure.
And then it was Geno Smith, and I don't know why I was surprised on Friday night when that news came. I'm like, oh, well, no, wait, Geno's good. It just I wasn't quite ready for that.
Look, Geno's got a year left on his deal. It's like $30 million, something like that. He is certainly he is beyond an upgrade. He is everything. No offense, Minshew or O'Connell. He's everything they're not. It is a stabilization at quarterback. He's I know this term gets overused, but he is a professional football player.
Yeah.
And
Pete Carroll would know.
He absolutely would know. 4,300 yards last year, 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. And by the way, you have to temper that too with he had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Jackson Smith. I always mess his name up to go to. And we'll get to DK in just a second. I'm again, it's not what I had on my radar for sure. And did I read a report? I think that the Seahawks were inquiring about Max Crosby, and that didn't happen. And the Raiders turned around and asked about Geno Smith. There was something about that. Look, if I'm a Raider fan, can I win a championship with Geno Smith? Probably not. But you're talking about a guy who's 34 years old. We talked about Aaron Rodgers. We talked about Sam Darnold. We talked a few names, Jason, with the philosophy of, hey, grab a Rodgers, maybe not Darnold, Kirk Cousins was the one. Grab a Rodgers, grab a Kirk Cousins. And then that gives you time and patience to be able to look for your quarterback of the future, have them be tutored a little bit, bring them along slowly or whatever pace you need to bring them along. Well, it looks like that's where they're going with Geno Smith. He's just not Rodgers or Cousins, but that's the philosophy is they're going to still look for their quarterback of the future, and that quarterback will have a lot less pressure on him now.
Yeah, so I think in the end here, it is a good move in the short term for sure, I think, for the Raiders.
The Steelers traded for DK Metcalf, speaking of, and then 5-year, $150 million contract. That's $30 million a year, Jason Ross.
Yeah, interesting to, he wanted out.
Yes.
Wanted the trade. He gets traded, and he doesn't know at this moment who his quarterback is.
No, he doesn't, which kind of just moving along here. By the way, DK Metcalf, I want to take a look at this. DK Metcalf, 27 years old.
Okay.
So he doesn't know who his quarterback is, but according to reports, it could be Aaron Rodgers, as apparently Rodgers and the Steelers are going to engage in some talks today, as is Justin Fields right now. Fields also looking at the New York Jets, it sounds like, as a possible option. So there might be a little bit of a quarterback carousel right there. I think Rodgers would be an interesting fit for Pittsburgh.
I do too. Obviously, they've been built on their defense.
Yeah.
Defense is still good. Coach is great. Tomlin, they've been good, but they kind of feel like they've been missing something to get them to that next level. If Rodgers can find that level of play again, then that'd be a good fit.
Well, imagine Rodgers. Yeah, you got the workhorse and Najee Harris. Then you have DK Metcalf. You have George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
Metcalf and Pickens is a problem.
It's nice. Freiermuth's not bad.
Freiermuth's not bad. And you know what? Even going back to the Rams, I know he's not flashy. I've always liked Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson is like, to me, a poor man's Juwan Jennings, in the sense that he just, you may not hear from him for a game or two, but he's just that dude that's going to have a game here, a game there, and is like a nice little security. He's not a tight end, but he's kind of like that security blanket for quarterbacks. That's a nice little rotation the Steelers would have. And then speaking of that part of the AFC, Myles Garrett wanted a trade.
Yeah.
And then the Cleveland Browns said, okay, we hear you. How's $40 million?
How would you like to be the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history?
Remember when that, remember that was a good run for Max Crosby, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was really good.
All of a couple days.
Remember when he was, that was neat. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but Cleveland had one of the best passes. You had to keep him.
do 100%.
Yeah.
If you could, you had to keep him, especially after the Deshaun Watson debacle and everything going on there. He is definitely a rich man now, and that is, Jason.
That's a win for Cleveland. They haven't had enough of those.
They haven't. That is a lot of money, by the way. $40 million a year, $123.5 million in guaranteed money. Miles Garrett is 29 years old, though.
Is he really? Okay.
Yeah, which it's funny you say that. I was a little surprised, too.
I thought he would have been closer to 27.
That's exactly what I thought he would have been. Look, we've seen guys, especially, the Watt brothers and different, we've seen guys in their early. It's probably fine. He doesn't look like he's showing any signs of letting up whatsoever. It's the nature of the beast, and I think we're all getting a little tired of being like, that's a lot of money. Well, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
It is a lot of money.
They've got it. They'll be okay.
Josh Allen. I'll just start with $250 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
$250 million guaranteed. 6-year, $330 million deal. That is $55 million a year for Allen.
I don't know if they get paid for 12 months or if they get paid for season. I don't know. It doesn't much matter. Could you just imagine that check every 2 weeks?
Well, I would say this. I mean, let's look at it like this. So every 2 weeks, so $55 million, 52 weeks in a year. So every 2 weeks, you're getting $2 million. Even though you're in the highest of high tax brackets, you're still taking home over $2 million a month. Just taking home.
So $1 million a check, basically.
$1 million a check.
Could you imagine, I'm just going to just spend this time. I'm getting this check on a Friday. I'm going to spend this $1 million. I don't know how I'm
going to do it, but
I'm going to do it. I'm going to be silly. You know what? This month, I'm going to spend both of them. I'm going to be silly.
You'll be super smart for him. He's just be like just make himself a deal that every month he's just going to buy another house.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I would just buy house. I just
random places in America.
Just Monopoly.
Yeah.
Just buy houses, and I'd hire some dude to oversee. I rent them all out.
They're all going to go up.
They're all going to go up. I'm just holding on to them for my grandkids. Just buying houses. Oh, hey, I'm going to open up that Robinhood account. Here's $1 million. Here's $1 million deposit, and then watch that happen. I'm 100% getting a golf simulator.
That's what you would do.
That's like the real.
In all your houses, or just the one you live in?
No. The main one I live in. And maybe my summer house, on the off season or whatever. 100%. That's the thing I'm doing with my wife right now is I'm begging her to get a golf simulator. She's like, nope. And I also have no room for it either, but I'm trying. I did figure out there's one room in my house that a golf simulator will 100% fit in that has the ceiling clearance and everything else.
Yeah.
And she's not a fan of it. In fact, she said straight up, absolutely not.
Is it your room?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still.
I have an idea. What? It's not the right time. It probably feels a little too soon, but won't a room become available soon?
Oh. Avery's room?
Just saying.
That is not a bad idea.
I mean, while you're crying as she leaves, but then you're like, hey.
But I'm crying on virtual Pebble Beach. Hey, I'm coming home for Christmas. You don't have to.
Yeah, it's all right. Take your time.
Where does she sleep? Well, she sleeps on
bunk beds.
She sleep on the little because I would
Mason be like, that's fine.
No, I would how great would this? Take the carpet out and just make it all turf, like fairway
Putting
turf,
green and driving range.
100%.
The room would be clean.
Oh my! A room would always be clean. By the way, we're on one of those today. She, as we go to break, I told her, I said, this is the one. I said, she got back from a trip over the weekend. I said in the morning, I need your room cleaned by tonight. 9 p.m., I'm going up to bed. Room's still not clean. I said, if your room is not clean when I get home, you're not going to have this problem with keeping your room clean ever again. I promise you.
Whoa.
She knows because I've been threatened for a long time. If I get home today and her room's not clean, she'll come home to her bed, her pillows, and her blankets. and everything else is in a hefty bag. And the best part about it is Melissa's not there to stop me. I'm clearing it all out. Every book, every trinket, every stuffed animal. See you later. I should have a bonfire with it and make her watch, but I'm not that.
How you going to bed in a hefty bag?
No, I said everything but the bed.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, she'll have the bed, the blankets, and her pillows, and maybe her school stuff at the desk. That's it. Everything else, see you later, skater. No more issues, right? She says, I cleaned my room to the best of my ability. If for some reason you find something that's unclean about it, can you at least snap a picture of it and send it to me so I know what it is? Thanks.
You know what's amazing about that? Does that feel like an answer you would have given your parents?
Jason, it is scary how much that's the exact answer I would have given my parents.
Had you had a cell phone.
Some sort of wormhole thing I can try to slither through. I'm like,
to the best of my ability.
Yeah, to the best of my ability. It's like,
so now you're questioning her abilities.
Yeah, we'll take a break. I'm not looking forward to this.
Golf simulator. Here we go.
Simulator. Well, now all of a sudden, maybe I just clear her room out now and put the simulator.
Get started early.
You're sleeping in the garage.
Yeah. I think she's been listening to me say, from according to their abilities.
I think she from this. Yeah, your ability. It's like I always tell her, don't do your best, do my best.
Yeah.
All right. Not worried about you cleaning your room to the best of your abilities. Clean it to my abilities. We'll take a break. Kings weekend and standings watch. We'll update you on all that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Sia, and I support Humane World for Animals. Together, we have created a new version of Peter Gabriel's beautiful song, Salisbury Hill, to celebrate Humane World for Animals and everything they do. Enjoy the song and join us in helping Humane World for Animals end animal cruelty.
Grab your things, I've come to take you.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Spring is in the air, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
I celebrated the win Friday. It was a good weekend, man. It was a weekend of nothing. There's not a lot going on over the weekend. We had that party Friday. We had the Kings game Sunday night. And in between that, it was a bad weekend in the sense that my soccer team lost.
Yeah.
And then they let the manager go. That's a whole different thing. 10 matches left trying to get promoted. That stunk. Republic won, by the way.
Hey.
Yeah, Republic. Nice comeback victory over New Mexico, who were very, very good last year. So the debut of the new manager for the Republic went well. And then it was just, hey, free weekend, nice weather.
It was a great weekend.
Great weather outside. My wife went
That was acceptable, huh?
Yes, that was fine.
And you know what's amazing? I was thinking about, we were on a walk on Saturday, and I went, it's winter still, technically.
But it was
And,
beautiful.
Winter in California is amazing.
Winter's coming back this week.
Yeah, that's fine. We need some rain. That's
we
good.
do.
Yeah.
And my wife went to Sam's Club Saturday morning, and I made a request, and then I was basically 14 years old the rest of the weekend. We finally got our garage back. I posted up in the garage with the nice fresh bucket of red vines she got me at Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah, he's a big boy.
And
So KFC Friday night.
Dude, I got fat this weekend, brother. Let me tell you.
Red vines on Saturday.
I fatted it up, dude. I fatted it up. And then it was me and the dogs in the garage playing. I decided I'm taking another crack at it.
Dragon's Lair?
That's it looks like Dragon's Lair, but Jason, it is not. It is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is an absolute brick of a video game that I beat the last one. I'm trying to get back into this.
So when you go in there, what are we talking? How much time?
On Saturday and Sunday, or just
let's just go with Saturday. Real talk. How much time?
Well, I had to work Saturday morning on soccer stuff. I didn't get game ended at about 9:30. I probably got done around 1.
With soccer stuff?
Soccer stuff, yeah.
Okay,
there was
so
a lot
then
of
you
stuff.
need a little relief. Yeah. And
I got off the Switch at about 9 because Melissa had just gotten they just came out with Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, the video game, and she wanted to play and was letting me have my time because it was a stressful morning.
Shut the screen!
I just shut myself in that room because it was a stressful.
From like 1 to 9.
Yeah, I got a good 7-8 hours in, and then I went to upstairs and turned on the golf, fell asleep to the golf, and then the next morning, Sunday morning, got right back in, put in another good maybe a 4.5 hour shift. Paused to make breakfast.
Nice.
Made breakfast.
Wait, what time did you wake up to do this?
Well, I was up early.
Yeah.
I was up at like 5:30.
Oh, okay. Because you said 4.5 hours, then made breakfast. I'm like, what is?
No. Yeah, it was.
You paused to make.
Yeah, I paused to make breakfast. I made Euro flavored egg bites. They were really good. We had Euros the night before, and I cut everything up, put them in egg bites, and
I was thinking like Euros, like the European people.
Oh, yeah. No, we cut up people.
Was that the only time, 4.5, or did you get back in yesterday?
No, I understand the question. I'm
Yeah,
just pausing
sorry.
for time.
Yeah.
No, I put in a second shift, about 3 to 6. I put in a good 14 hours on that game over the weekend.
I started, then I looked at the clock, and I'm like, oh, I got to be at the station in an hour.
Well, how do I say this? And then we'll move on.
You played this morning, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I had my red vines.
Did you eat the bucket?
No.
You had the bucket.
No, I probably got about 30% of the bucket down.
Oh, okay.
I had some leftover Christmas candy still hanging around.
You sounded hungry during this time.
I get very munchy when I. Well, okay. Let me just complete the thought, and then we'll move on. I had a very strong appetite all weekend, and all I did was eat junk food and play video games. And for some reason, I had a very, very strong appetite.
Wonder why?
I don't know. Just kind of checked out.
Look, I found the place your life is going, in the garbage.
Are you saying, do I need an intervention? Is that what's happening?
Maybe not yet. Let's see if the pattern continues.
Shout out to my brother in his garden. God bless you, Ben.
Oh, random.
Totally random. Anyways, the Kings went 1-1 over the weekend. We're looking for your Jiffy Lube drive of the game at 1-800-920-1140. If you've got your Jiffy Lube drive of the game, 1-800-920-1140, and we'll get you a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube, right with all the rain and everything coming up. Perfect timing. Yeah. And they say you winterize your vehicle. You also need to summerize your vehicle, too.
Yes, that's right. Be prepared for all seasons.
Anyways, the Fox night Friday, we're done with it.
Yeah, it's done.
It was done. It was weird. It was goofy. It was fine.
So you said, again, just to go back, you thought it felt like 50. No, you said a little more
I think
cheer
it was like
than booze.
60-70% cheer. Like you could,
On the intros?
Yeah, on the intro. Like, the very beginning. Like we talked about, you could hear the booze cut through.
Oh, yeah.
But it sounded on the TV broadcast, at least, like the majority were cheers.
Like Frankie's video that he posted online, it sounded like more cheers.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah. And by the way, like the whole thing, like Yanni and Laurel, it might also be, I might also be guilty of looking for the cheers, and I don't know. But that's what it sounded like. And then
you definitely heard the booze.
Every time he touched the ball, you heard the booze cut straight through. And I think part of that is you heard the booze also a little bit more magnified because nobody's going to cheer when he gets the ball. So the booze had the floor. Yeah, the booze had the whole floor.
And it would disappear like pass to Chris Paul.
Right.
Not booing.
Then back
to boo. Yeah. And I would say the whole arena wasn't booing, but because no one else, there's no other thing going on, you heard 100% of that, but it might have been, I don't know, 30% of the fans, but I don't know. But they were booing every time he touched it, that's for sure.
Imagine saying imagine basketball Jesus hanging out on the show a year ago and saying, hey, my sons, the day will come nigh where, I don't know, sounds
like, what's that mean?
Nigh thou, all that.
Yeah.
Where the Golden One Center crowd will boo De'Aaron Fox when he touches the ball. And as you just said, immediately quit booing when he passes it to Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Who had that on the bingo card? Yet here we are. Anyways, so that was that. Done. We beat the Spurs. We won the trade.
Clearly.
Fox is trash.
Hinted that he might be getting the surgery.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't.
I mean, they're slip sliding away.
Come on, what are you doing? And the Kings continue to, despite the loss, the Kings continue to play well without Malik Monk and Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, that's the part when they come back is what you hope, like, okay, that whatever, how many games that is remaining for the whole group, it's like, can that group get to a point where if they finish 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, wherever they're going to be, can we be going as a group of a fan base saying, I like the way they're, like, they got a shot against this team because of the way they're playing. And I think as the season, you look at the big picture, I would say they're playing their best basketball.
The biggest compliment I can give them is that, Jason, if the season ended right now, that'd be weird because it would end 19 games early. But if the season ended right now and the standings froze, the Sacramento Kings would be hosting the Dallas Mavericks.
Wouldn't you feel good about that?
Yes. And I can confidently say that let's just go 5 teams. will count the Suns, who are 1.5 back of the Mavs. And I think they'll catch them. I get that's a whatever. There is not one team, not the Wolves, not the Clippers, not the Mavs, and not the Suns, where I would go into it like I did last year going, oh God, yeah, I don't want to play them.
Right.
Now, there might be some teams in there I'd rather play than the others.
Sure.
There's not a team on that list I don't think we could beat either at home or on the road.
Yeah, I think then what becomes important is they've got to get out of the 9-10 because OKC will be one. And is it impossible to beat them? No. But what are you looking at? Less than 10%?
I'll say it right now, and maybe this is going to sound super stupid in June. I would far rather play the Lakers than the Thunder.
Yeah,
I would far rather play
Nuggets.
the Lakers than the Thunder.
Nuggets as well?
Absolute. Yeah. Nuggets, Grizzlies are just a game back of them.
Yeah, that's all shifting too. I mean, we're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but 2, 3, 4 and 5 is moving. So, you're trying to plan. I think the one thing we know is OKC will be 1.
Right.
So you want to avoid 8 if you can, but if that's your spot, that's your spot. But yeah.
The Rockets are the 5th seed.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2 off of the 2nd seed.
Right.
By the way, not for nothing, the Warriors are 5 games off the 2 seed. Now, I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, but we could see the Warriors make a strong push and move their way up to the 5 or maybe even the 4 seed.
Yeah, like even on this weekend, what was it, Saturday night? I'm like, I thought Detroit was going to beat them. They had them, and I'm like, this will be good. And then the Warriors found a way to win, and unfortunately, the Kings didn't find a way to win last night.
Remember I told you about my brother's garden? I said, God bless you, Ben.
Yeah.
Well, Ben's must have been listening around the world. Good morning, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, just out working on the garden.
You got a Jiffy Lube drive of the game for me, my friend?
Yes, I do. It's going to be about halfway through the third quarter, I believe. It was Levine got the ball around midcourt, got it to Valanciunas, back to Levine for the finish.
That is oddly specific. Let's see if Gary Gerald agrees.
Up the little floater, it's no good. Grabbed by Valanciunas, lead out pass. Zach Levine steers it into the front court, runs to the rack. He's got the bucket. There's your Jiffy Lube drive of the game and quick transition strike. And a great job by Zach Levine at midcourt, steering them all ahead, then racing to catch up with it and convert. 63-60, Kings back within 3. You're listening to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross tomorrow morning at 7:45 for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area.
That's how you do it. Congratulations, Ben. You got yourself a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube, windshield wipers, oil changes, whatever it may be. You use it. We're not going to ask any questions, and we won't judge. Our only question, Ben, is if you know what morning radio show or radio station, whichever you want to say, makes all your Jiffy Lube dreams come true.
That's going to be The Drive with Carmichael Dave on Sports 1140.
That is 100% correct. It's The Drive with Carmichael Dave on Sports 1140. Thank you, Ben, from 2017. We'll take a break. That doesn't count? So do we take it back?
$50.
Are there $5 Jiffy Lube gift certificates?
For Ben. Yeah. And the game's really at 7:30 tonight?
When we come back, we've got a supersized Kings rewind if Jason decides to stay. We'll get to all that right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Choose Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil designed for today's engines exclusively at your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
If you love golf but don't want to play the same 18 holes over and over, at Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, you get 27 holes of variety, so every round feels fresh. And with a Premier Club membership, you'll enjoy unlimited golf with a cart, unlimited range use, exclusive discounts, and 2 complimentary guest passes to share the experience. With pristine conditions, a scenic layout, and an award-winning reputation, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. Stop waiting. Become a Premier Club member today at timbercreekgc.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Lowe's knows that your business is built on speed and trust. That's why the Lowe's Pro Desk is here to get you what you need the moment you need it. We'll help you plan your project, calculate your materials, and pivot when your job takes an unexpected turn. And with our pro-only checkout and dedicated pro parking, you have what you need to tackle your job and be back on the job in no time. Just visit us at the Pro Desk. Lowe's knows pros. We help. You save.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Your first 2 hours go by a little quick.
Very quick. I think it's the time change.
Remember in the olden days, we'd only have an hour left of the show.
But today we're doing 5 hours.
5 hours.
Just like you on the video game.
You're darn right, dude. Want to come on and play some?
What else you got?
Carmen Sandiego, Mario Kart, and Zaxxon.
Those are the choices? I think Mario Kart would be my choice.
Mario Kart's really fun.
Okay.
Did you have Blades of Steel or something like that?
Yeah, probably Blades of Steel.
Mason doesn't play any.
Yeah, he found some fishing game. He's really right now. All he does is play sports games.
Yeah.
Or I forget the name of the game, but I call it soccer cars. You're a car and you play soccer with it. Yeah, like legitimately. I'm not joking. You're a car. You like have special car powers and you jump up and hit a soccer ball with a bunch of other people. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Ryan in our chat asked me he gave me an assignment via Facebook message to watch a movie over the weekend. It's called Rule Breakers. And I did actually go see it. It's actually really, really good. I won't spoil anything, but a lot of rules broken in that movie. Yeah. Good movie. I recommend it to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Huh.
King's Rewind.
Good to know.
Double dose of King's Rewind.
Yeah.
We got a lot to get to.
Yes, we do.
Starts right now. Doubleheader.
Well, there was a lot of hype and anticipation for the Friday night matchup between the Sacramento Kings and the San Antonio Spurs. It was the first game back in Sacramento for former King De'Aaron Fox.
The winner will be showered with praise. The loser will be taunted and booed until my throat is sore.
That's Homer.
Were the fans going to cheer? Were they going to boo? How would Fox be received?
We're going to go nuts in there.
And apparently some people would get into fights.
Apparently. Boom.
Jeez. Boom.
On the game intros, when Fox was announced, he definitely heard both cheers and boos from the Golden One Center crowd.
Are they booing me? No, they're saying boo earns. Boo earns.
When the game began and he touched the ball for the first time, a chorus of boos filled the arena. Was this a sign of things to come?
Are you saying boo or boo-earns?
That's Boo-earns.
Well, De'Aaron Fox then proceeded to score the game's first basket. Was this a sign of things to come?
No.
That's our guy.
At the first timeout, the in-arena crew and the Kings organization paid tribute to De'Aaron with some of the best memories as a King through a video presentation, and Fox got the love from the fans then.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying, okay? I'm allergic to jerks.
After that, back to every time he touched the ball, the fans let him have it.
Boo.
I was saying boo-earns.
Well, now it's also a return for another former King, as Harrison Barnes was back too.
Fire Falcon.
Well, Harrison has always been respected and was known for giving back to the community. He continued that theme on Friday night when he was fouled less than 2 minutes into the game, and he went to the line and missed twice and gave the fans a slice.
Pizza, going hungry, me so hungry.
Right away, too.
Yeah, very early.
Right out of the gate.
Later in the first quarter, Spurs fill-in center Bismack Biyombo was fouled, and he missed 2 in a row at the line. What's next? A full pizza, toppings, side salad, a drink?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Bismack Biyombo. Former King.
Yes, former King legend.
Fox's
return was the headline, but this Kings team needed a win, and the first quarter they looked like a team that was playing the first game back from a long road trip as they trailed by 6 and scored just 20 points.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Well, quarter number 2 is what they were waiting for. The Kings looked amazing as Sacramento unleashed Zach LaVine. LaVine cooked the Spurs in the quarter, going 6 for 7 with 16 points, matching San Antonio's entire team total for the quarter.
Will you stop that, please?
Hey, Russell has a great point. At some point, can we bring back, you know what I miss about Harrison Barnes, too, is,
Yes.
Where's that going?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's good. Good call.
The Kings won the second quarter 36-16 and enjoyed a 14 time. The Kings came out on fire, going 8 of 9, scoring 20 points in just over 4 minutes, and later in the quarter the lead was as large as 27 points. The Kings would give some back, but the lead was just too large, and the team was playing too well, relying on a season-high 30 second-chance points.
Give me that.
I think I've got my pages mixed up.
No,
I don't.
No, you don't.
Playing without Malik Monk and Domas again didn't phase the Kings as Keon was stellar, and the Chun racked up a Sabonis-like double-double.
We have the meat.
The Kings split the season with the Spurs and matched their season best 4 games above 500.
We're not that bad.
Hey, Tobo Jones.
Yeah, the Fox game is now over and done with, and now on to Los Angeles to battle the team directly above them in the standings, the Clippers.
Gross.
The 8th spot in the West was at stake on Sunday night at the Intuit Dome, better known as Steve Ballmer's Palace. Well, missing from this one for the Kings, Sabonis and Monk again. For the Clippers, no Norman Powell, Ben Simmons, or head coach Ty Lue.
That's for the next one.
Oh,
that was for the next one. So just be ready. Remember that.
Ready for that.
This game was so intense, we just have to fast forward to the second half.
Well, now I'm going to be stuck wondering what was Ben Simmons' Norman Powell sound.
We don't know.
Was that the spark?
The Kings got down 9 in the third quarter, but rallied to take a 3-point lead going into the fourth.
I feel 10 feet tall right now and strong as an ox.
Who the f*** is this guy?
Hey, who the f*** are you? Huh? Who the f*** are you? Okay, I like it. All right.
The back and forth was great, and the defense played by both teams was at a high level.
I love this game.
The Kings built their lead to 97-90 with under 2 minutes to go, and Sacramento could sense the 8th seed.
It's okay because the last...
Sorry.
They're still having
having quite the issues.
Blame the board.
All right, I guess on to the next.
On to the next.
A Kawhi and one, a Zubac's dunk, and then DeRozan shot a 3 that was called a foul but challenged, and the Clippers won that critical challenge.
This critical, and they won it. They won the challenge so hard, dude. They won the hell out of it. It was like there's a challenge, and they won it, and it was amazing.
Who paying you? I recommend you.
Okay. After a Harden floater tied the game at 97,
floater.
It was time for the Kings to go for the game winner, and they called on Zach LaVine. LaVine's shot bounced off the rim, and for the 7th time this season, the Kings were headed to overtime.
I hear you, Dad.
In OT, it was slipping on the Kings as Sacramento got down 5 at 104-99 and had been outscored 14-2 dating back to regulation.
That's not good.
But the Kings rallied again and were within 1 under 30 seconds to go in overtime when DeMar DeRozan got fouled.
That's not good.
Debo did make all of his free throws all night, including the critical 2 to put the Kings up 1 with 1 possession to go.
So this team is perfect.
That's not good.
Well, the Clippers, they called on Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi.
Kawhi waited for the last possible moment and went left across the key while being challenged by the Kings defense and tossed up a left-handed shot that bounced multiple times and finally settled through the rim for the buzzer-beating win.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
So the Kings have their hearts ripped out by 1 point.
He took my heart!
Yeah, we know. Mola Ram is stealing all of our hearts, Jenny.
The Clippers stay in 8th and win the season series.
The Nuggets 40.
Two more to go.
Oh, good for you.
There it is. The Kings are now 0-7 against LA this year, 4 to the Lakers, and now 3 to the Clippers.
Why does this keep happening?
So tonight, another big city matchup as the Kings host the Knicks, trying to avoid the sweep.
Bing bong.
Well,
it's been a while since we've had a supersized rewind.
You know what that rewind wasn't lacking?
What? Yes. There was a spark.
Yeah.
Well done, boys. I think in the end the board just couldn't do 2 games.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Totally apropos of nothing. But I saw a few more I forget what the game was. It was just random baseball spring training. But who was it? It was the pitcher that called for the replay.
Mm-hmm.
Are they doing that this year, or are they just practicing?
I think
it?
in spring training, yeah.
But they're not doing it for the regular season. Dude, they have to. It's so good. It's so quick. It's like what we always wanted. It's like tennis.
Yeah.
Just call the replay super quick and you're done. I just am curious as to like how many they get. I don't know. I guess I should probably read the rules. That wouldn't get me back into baseball, but it would get me looking in baseball's direction.
Hey, baseball.
Hey, baseball.
What are you doing over there?
What are you doing over there? Oh, you're playing in Sacramento as well? Also, did you see those renderings for the Vegas Stadium?
No.
They've got new
ones?
They have new renderings.
And it will definitely fit on 9 acres.
Okay, so there's that. Here, Jason, I'm just going to show you, and everybody you can Google Vegas Stadium. Okay, so you see there's like the field and the roof and all that stuff, right? Totally not going to be an issue, by the way, losing balls in the ceiling.
Not at all.
No, with that lily white roof.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, kind of like, excuse me, the way the little TV screens are.
Mm-hmm. That's not going to be a distraction for the battery either.
No. allergic to it. Things are happening in Vegas. And did you see they'll be wearing a Vegas patch? Yeah. I need a sip.
A Vegas patch, a Sacramento bridge.
Like, are they trying? Are they just... This is like a combination of Major League and Brewster's Millions. Like, what if it all came out that John Fisher's, like, his Shiba Inu was being held hostage in Peru?
Yeah.
And, like, the whole thing is, like, you're not getting your dog back. Until you have to absolutely tank everything.
Yeah, and wasn't there a story over the weekend, too, that where Rob Manfred's kind of encouraging the Rays to sell? Like,
what? Why?
Okay, but why is the aggression there?
Well, what is the guy's name? It's not Sidney Applebaum, but it's something like that owns the Rays. And it's, hold on,
it's not that.
Oh, I know what that is. Do you know that reference? Thank you. That's Stefan the Dracula. What's his name? Sidney Applebaum. But it's like some dude.
Yeah.
Not like it's like, I mean, obviously he's rich, but it's like some guy owns the team. And I would imagine they want a billionaire behind it. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing, but it's stupid and I don't like it. That's my thoughts on it. We'll take a break. What I would like is to hear a little bit about what's going on with Gonzalez Law.
You can.
Can we? How about that? Can we do it this break?
Sure.
I'll write it in. Kings miss out on an opportunity to move into the 8th seed in the West. Oh, last night hurt. We'll talk about it next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush. Makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and help you restore your rights? Well, that's where you can find Gonzalez Law Offices right in downtown Sacramento. SacLegalDefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187. That's called an expungement. He's been great at those. A lot of people have come through his offices asking for that, getting that, and changing the trajectory of their life. That's what can happen there. He also can help you with sexual harassment cases, auto accident cases, wrongful termination, criminal defense, whatever it might be. If you've got a question, I encourage you to call him. He will help. 916-304-9187. He's in our community. He's had a great track record, has helped many clients before, and can help you as well. So if you're looking for someone you want to connect with here that is local, that's not one of those national commercial lawyers that you just see them as a representative on TV, but you can never get to them. He's here. He's here to help. 916-304-9187 is Jonathan Gonzalez and his law offices in downtown Sacramento. Check him out at SacLegalDefense.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
I know we have a segment specifically dedicated to this, but every once in a while, I feel it's completely necessary to spoil it. Kings Knicks tonight, Jason. It would be nice to have a birthday beam.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's actually a really, really good birthday list.
Is it? Okay, then I
Very
don't feel too bad. It is the big 3-0 for Zach LaVine. Hopefully, Zach LaVine can light the beam on his 30th birthday. Veen tonight. Golden One Center. Be there, be square. What does that even mean? Be square.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, because it's hip to be square.
It is hip to be square.
So Huey taught us.
Huey Lewis said. Congratulations to Russell Henley for chipping out on, I think, 16 and beating Colin Morikawa at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. For the four of you that watch that are listening to us right now.
Getting closer to the Masters.
I know. Yeah, it's a tradition unlike any other.
Yeah, I heard.
And I'm hearing the music. Anyone else ever have that music in their playlist in their car?
I don't, but I wouldn't hate that.
Driving around on a spring day. Bing, ding, bing, ding, ding, bang, 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 bang. They make up your own words?
Oh,
you've never done that?
What are those words?
The Masters. It's a fun golf tournament. Yeah. No?
That should be it.
I think there's other words.
Yeah.
That's actually a song. No, I'm not doing a bit. Like, it's a guy named Dan something, and it's a song with lyrics. Did you know that?
I did not.
No, we'll have to play it sometime. It's they just take the first part, the instrumental, but like there's actual lyrics to that. It's called like Georgia Surprise or Southern Charm. I don't know what the hell it is. Anyways, all I know is I'm not going again this year. Frickin' Taro. Kings miss out on the opportunity to move into the 8th seed because Kawhi Leonard hit the old game winner. Okay, other than the refs, which we have talked about quite a bit, what'd they do wrong here?
Well, I think I would focus mainly on the last 2 minutes of regulation, up 7. If I remember right, up 7, you're about a play or two away from ending the game. I think Kawhi got an and 1, so now it's down to 4. The next possession, I think, was a DeRozan missed 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think they got another hoop, maybe by Harden, and then it was an offensive foul screen on Valanciunas.
That's right.
And then I think they actually got a stop, and then was the DeMar DeRozan 3 that was called a foul.
Yeah.
And then
overturned.
But, I mean, just not finding a play in there, whether it was a stop or one more basket. I think we're not even talking about overtime. We're not even getting to Kawhi's heroics. But, look, they didn't do a ton wrong, but that's kind of diving in and going, you change one play here or there, and they win that game.
The other replay we don't talk about at all, probably because it went our way and didn't really matter. But that was also kind of a funky replay. Well, there were two. There was a funky replay where it was what was it, off Zubac or somebody going out of bounds, but then it turned out it was on Harden. Yeah. It was on the baseline. That's right. It was Harden saving it, and they thought his foot touched the ground before he saved it. It didn't, but the ball went off his hand, hit the baseline, and ended up being Kings basketball. The other one was that corner shot where, it was like, so Valanciunas goes up, Zubac blocks the shot, they reset the clock first for like a second, split second to 24, and then it flipped to 14, which is what you would do if the ball had hit the rim. It did not hit the rim, so play continued. The King Levine hits that shot from I think it was Levine hit the shot from the corner. DeRozan, sorry, hits the shot from the corner, and then they stop play to go back and review if he got it off on time. It's very weird.
I'm glad you said the part in there, because when that was being played out in real time, nobody really knew what was going on. It's like, what are they reviewing? And I thought, was DeRozan a 3 or a 2? Well, it was a 2. By the way, if he had like size 9 feet, he'd have about 30 more points this year and like 4 more last night.
How many? Here's the thing.
He and Mitch Richmond.
At what point is it? Look, I'm just saying. At what point is it like, bro, you've been in the league 30 years. Why does this keep like? Why?
Right.
You're an inch away from an extra point. Like, what are we? Anyways, I don't know.
It would have ended that game. But I'm glad you said it went back to 14, because when they're you're watching it, they're explaining it. I can't remember what Valanciunas went up with, but it was 9 seconds left, maybe. Block, doesn't hit the rim, goes out. There's a little scramble. And I remember seeing it on the big clock at 24. And then when he shoots it later, you're like, because I want to say it was back to around 7 or something.
Right.
You're like, 17. There's no way he got it off in time.
No.
Since it went to 14.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, well, he actually got it off in 1.2. But that was such an after the fact. Were they going to deny that basket?
Yes, that's what I thought we were absolutely getting screwed there.
That was just such a bizarre play.
And I was doing the math, and I'm like, did he either got it off 2 seconds too late or 2 seconds early enough?
Yeah.
It was early enough. But that was like, there were just some weird, the whole replay thing was weird. And then you had the whole, the Nuggets thing where all 4 team challenges were upheld, which means that all 4 challenges were bad calls.
Right.
Not that the last 2 minute report means anything or going to do anything with this game. I know you're a huge fan of it, but I just, for clarity purposes, I am kind of curious as to how that's going to work out. Either way, Keegan Murray, who's talking all kinds of trash against the Clippers, he spoke after the game ended to G-Man, I believe. The media in general. Sorry.
2 of those losses we had were controlling the game and let us slip late in the fourth. So putting ourselves in a good position to be able to finish games at this point.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough audio, I think.
Okay.
But he said, put himself in a position to, do their thing and whatever. We'll do Doug next, right? Yeah. Okay.
He's right, though. I mean, the more they can do this, their odds are going to be good to win some of these games. It just, man, I just can't even describe the difference. What we'd be feeling like if Levine's shot goes in, if Kawhi's doesn't go in.
Right. If
you're an eighth,
yeah,
you got some momentum. You've been playing great. You're
We're all
hosting the
happy.
Knicks tonight. It's a big week with the Knicks, the Warriors, and the Suns this week. Yeah.
And they're looking a little bit after, that Warriors game. I mean, we're not there yet, but that's almost like you got to get right there. Was that a fluke, or are the Warriors just going to beat the hell out of the Kings for the rest of the year?
Yeah,
that's going to be a very interesting game. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's look at the last handful of games for the Sacramento Kings. You're not. There's a little bit of frustration, but also a little bit of good there as well. We'll hear from Doug Christie as well. We'll do all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Lowe's knows that your business is built on speed and trust. That's why the Lowe's Pro Desk is here to get you what you need the moment you need it. We'll help you plan your project, calculate your materials, and pivot when your job takes an unexpected turn. And with our pro-only checkout and dedicated pro parking, you have what you need to tackle your job and be back on the job in no time. Just visit us at the Pro Desk. Lowe's knows pros. We help. You save.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing around the start of the 20th century. You could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. They're family-owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door, service is their #1 priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They are the nation's BSE broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help, whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, repair, or replacement you need, they'll take care of you at National Garage Door, 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. National Garage Door. We rely heavily on our HVAC systems during the cold valley winters and hot valley summers. That's why there are so many HVAC companies out there. So when you need a new system or a tune-up, where do you turn? I turned to Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Once our heater checked out, we checked in at leesair.com. The entire experience exceeded our high expectations. You want prompt service from people who know what they're doing, can save you money, and will treat you right? For your HVAC needs, Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, on the web at leesair.com. Ask about their $99 HVAC tune-up service, license number 635355.
Huge savings now on new 2025 Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. With $10,250 off MSRP after rebates on select new 2025 LT models at Maida Chevy. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $10,250 off new Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers. 5 to from Mustang 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Feed you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. The Timothy Chalamet CPR skit from SNL.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, you guys showed that to me during the break. That was quite funny. Speaking of funny, Frankie Cartoscelli will join us at 9 a.m.
Funny Frankie.
He's a hoot. He's a holler.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
Frankie will join us here at the top of the hour. So the Kings did unfortunately miss out on the opportunity to move into 8th. But, Jason, their last 7 have all been skin of the teeth.
Yeah, the last 7 times they've played close games, they won in games decided by 5 points or less. But last night broke that streak, and it's just too bad because that was kind of the difference. Remember, under Mike Brown, they had that terrible record where they like 3-10 in games decided by 5 points or less, but they had won the last 7 until last night.
I know it's and butts and candy and nuts and bloody blue, but God, it doesn't make you think a little bit. What if this team was in December?
Yeah.
Like, what would this team look like for a full season?
Right. I mean, again, Doug's 20-12. So if this was this roster from the beginning, yeah.
Although Zach LaVine's now 30.
Yeah.
So it's
washed.
Basically downhill from here for the guy. The Kings are also 0-7 against the Clippers and Lakers. I've had enough of going down south.
Yeah. Last year, what was it? 0-9 against the Pelicans and the Rockets.
Yes.
This year it's 0-7 against teams from LA.
Well,
one more chance.
I think in both those cases, just done. Like, let's just not a fan. Is there an alternate to that? Now it's hell. We're what? We're like 5-1, 6-1 against the Pelicans and Rockets. Oh, we're 3-0 against the Rockets, right?
In 3-1, yeah, 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1. How about that turnaround?
Yeah. So next year, we'll just crush LA.
Just both LAs.
Yeah.
Silly water stealers. Doug Christie is the head coach of your Sacramento Kings, and he spoke after last night's game. Yes, he did.
I thought that the guys were locked into the game plan. I thought they did a good job. I thought Zubac got away in the pocket from us a couple times that it took us a second to adjust to that. But all in all, like, the byproduct of playing hard like that is ultimately going to be wins, and super proud of the way that these guys continue to build off of everything. We want to win every game, so that just sucks and it hurts, and you got to deal with the pain that our league brings. But defensively, I thought there was some fantastic efforts out there, and we'll continue to build off of that.
Only turned the ball over 8 times tonight. What were your thoughts on the ball movement, but also not a mistakes on that side?
Well, another area, like when you look at this, like everything is here but the win in many ways. One of the keys was taking care of the basketball because they are really good at turning you over, getting out of transition. And I thought that we did a decent job on that. 8 turnovers for 14 points. Like, you know, we can even be better in my opinion, but I thought that they did a good job of the ability to play off the two, move the basketball. Those guys are really handsy. And, you know, when you are that handsy, you get away with a lot of things. And, you know, for them to come out of this game with 8 turnovers, I say, well done, guys.
You talk about just jaded decisions.
That's Doug post game. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because you have, that's kind of been the theme of the show today. You have this fine line, Jason, between you want to be proud of the guys. They're playing a hell of a lot better. Things are meshing. This is a team that was put together on the fly. Half the damn team is different now than it was before the All-Star break. Not only did you trade De'Aaron Fox, but you also now have Domantas Sabonis out and Malik Monk out. And you have a coach that has been coaching for like 20 minutes. Like the things that have been, there is a huge case to be made here that the things that have been thrown at Doug Christie, the schedule he has played, and on top of that, all the injuries and comings and goings, not only are you losing Monk and Sabonis and, of course, De'Aaron Fox and Kevin Huerter, but you're also adding in Jake LaRavia and Jonas Valanciunas, who's now starting, and Zach LaVine, who is a huge part of this offense. All this stuff is being thrown at a couple months coach who's being asked to shift all this on the fly. And yet what did you say it was? 23 and 11, 22 and
20 and 11 under
20 and 11 under Doug.
20 and 12 now, I think.
That's fantastic. Yeah. But then you have, so that's the big picture.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's the small picture. And then the big picture is, yeah, that's great and all, but they're barely holding on to a plan.
Yeah. And so part of it is where they started and how they've had, but it's like, there's been some games here where we're finally getting a little bit of separation. Remember, was it last week? I think 10 was 9, 8, 7, 6, all separated by a half game, like in each standing spot. And now they're, the Warriors getting a little separation. Kings actually still have a little separation now on 10, which is good. 2 games up on Dallas. And with the tiebreaker, it's virtually 3. But on the flip side, they're a game and a half back of the Clippers, but they don't have the tiebreaker, so it's really 2.5. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to take – the problem with being 9th is, even if the Kings keep winning, they're going to need some help. And it's just not all lining up right now. But I do like, big picture, the way the Kings are playing consistently. I like their depth overall is much better.
Yeah.
They're utilizing that. And again, when Monk and Sabonis come back, as long as you get that same kind of play still from the guys that have played for them in Valanciunas and Ellis and some of the others, LaRavia, then I think we could get maybe the best version of this group.
100%. And the fact that they are where they are right now, again, it's about to get we're on the brink of the most difficult stretch. But once that Indiana game's done, Jason, you've got Washington, Charlotte, you're at Cleveland, at Detroit, Denver, Clippers, and then Phoenix. I mean, there's some tough games in there, don't get me wrong, but there's also some winnable games in there as well.
Yeah, I wonder when we get to like this homestand that's coming up after this weekend, there'll be 7 straight games at home. And you mentioned earlier how difficult some of it is. I feel like now, like when they played Denver the other day, I honestly thought before, like, I don't think they'll beat Denver. And then the game went, I'm like,
yeah,
beat Denver.
Yeah.
I feel fairly confident now that they will compete in every game. Now, are they going to win them all? Of course not. But I don't know that I look at a game, maybe when OKC comes through, maybe when, I don't know, Cleveland. But other than that, like, why can't they beat some of these other teams?
They've got Memphis, Cleveland, Chicago, Milwaukee, Boston, OKC, Portland.
Yeah, that's 7-game homestand.
The absolute best I can do here is they beat Memphis, they beat Chicago, they beat Milwaukee, they beat Portland. That's 4-3.
That'd be fine.
I would be shocked if that happens. Even though it's a 4-3 homestand, I mean, you're losing to
Cleveland, Boston, and OKC.
You're losing to arguably the 3 best teams in the NBA.
Right.
That are all coming in within a week of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know that any team has had a stretch like that where within 6 days you're playing those 3.
Right.
Even though it's at home, who cares?
Yeah, Boston looked good over the weekend. Cleveland's still on this win streak. And OKC just right behind them as far as 50-plus wins.
You look at both these teams. The Thunder have won 7 in a row. The Cavs have won 4. They've won a combined 21 in a row. And we updated it last week, but they are now a combined 107 and 21. We have to start. I'm sure the graphic's been out there somewhere. I just haven't seen it. That has to be the best stretch, the best combined Western and Eastern Conference champion record. The 72-10 Bulls, even then.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about 2 teams right now that, I mean, I highly doubt it, but it's not outlandish. You're almost certainly going to have 2 teams busting 65 wins.
It's just crazy. And I think I saw yesterday the Cavs, they're still on they started the year 15-0. They had a 12-game win streak, and now they're on a 14. That's 29. 41 wins are on a win streak. That's a 500 record or better on just the 3 win streaks.
That is insane. And they're on pace right now. The Cavs are on pace to win, 68 games?
Wow. Until they play the Kings twice.
What's the Kings? Oh, my God. Well, the Kings swept them.
Finals preview.
Got nothing on that. Well, didn't we? We actually did pretty well against that version. What was it? Either last year or the year? Maybe it was Beam Team 1, where I remember saying, this is the worst matchup ever for the Kings. They just went in there and beat them. Take that, Evan Mobley. Mobley. Like Boboli.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, who's not? We got a 3 in the key from the Spurs, 3 in the key from the Clippers, and we're doing a 3 in the key from the Kings and Knicks tonight. Game time, 7:30. Tip-off, 7:30. Right here on Sacktown Sports. We'll be right back after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
I spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan. A night of all new material. Saturday, March 29th, the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Chris, tell us who is hot.
Nikola Jokic.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And the Nuggets 149-140 win over the Suns on Friday. He had 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists in the first 26 minutes and 30 seconds of game time.
Yep.
And in the second 26 minutes and 30 seconds of game time, he had 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. He is the first player in NBA history to record a triple-double in each half of game time.
He had the first ever 20-20-20 triple-double.
Silly. Just silly.
How is he not? Well, he's MVP, right? I know it's. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's actually in the league.
Yeah, he is.
But too many triple-doubles.
Huh?
Too many triple-doubles.
For Jokic?
Yeah, Westbrook proved that triple-doubles don't mean anything in the NBA anymore.
It's not just that. He's just... It's insane. The thing that I hate the most is the Michael Jordan effect. I hate it when people just get used to things.
Yeah, I was trying to do my best. Like if I was a voter, I was trying. I mean, it's clearly those two. Like there's no other choice. And so, I don't think this will happen. I don't think people will go, SGA 1, someone else 2, and Joker 3. Like I think they're going to be 1, 2, and probably everybody's ballot. I think this would be my one thought in favor of Jokic besides stats. And let me get your opinion on this. I think if you took SGA off the OKC team for the whole year and you took Joker off Denver for the whole year, I think the Thunder function better.
I agree with you.
I think they survive okay. They're not the same team. I think Denver falls apart.
I completely 100% agree with you. And by the way, it's not like it doesn't have to be an either or. Like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's having an insane year.
Absolutely. Yes.
And just like Hakeem Olajuwon and Karl Malone and all those other guys had insane years, but you're there's just no comp for Nikola Jokic. It's stupid.
I think the thing that will help SGA the most too is they're getting so far ahead. Like, if you just go to maybe the most important stat is winning, OKC's easily going to get that. And he's been the biggest part. He's been a leading scorer. He's second in steals, efficiency, all the things. I mean, he's been awesome.
when Nikola Jokic is on the floor, he's an average of plus. The Nuggets are plus 12.3.
Yeah. Actually, they're the top 2 in plus minus. SGA is number 1.
Well, I'm looking at this right now through yesterday. Oh, because you're talking
individually.
I'm saying the team performance. The Nuggets performed 12.3 points better with Jokic on the floor, minus 3.89 with him off the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plus 17, but 3.01 off the floor. Here's the bottom line. The Denver Nuggets net are 16.2 points better with Jokic on the floor as opposed to off. Shai Gilgeous 13.98. So it's not just the numbers he's putting up, but then you're also going to your point. I mean, I don't know what better way to show a player's effect. I agree with you. If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, God forbid, got injured October 31st and missed the whole year, I think the Thunder is still a playoff team. They're just maybe a play-in team.
Mm-hmm.
You take Jokic off the Nuggets, that's it. They're the Spurs. They're the Pelicans.
Right.
But I do think there's a little bit of voter fatigue.
Could be. I mean, I go back to the year that Embiid won it and kind of go,
yeah,
that probably could have been Jokic with his 4th already.
Well, if he's hot, then who's not, Chris?
De'Aaron Fox.
How so?
In the Kings' 127-109 win over the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox was 6 of 17 on the night for 16 points. He was 0 of 6 from 3 and was minus 19 for the game.
I think we won the trade. I think we easily won the trade. Put it in the book, send it to the line, all that fun stuff. All right. We got 3 in the key. Not 1, not 2. We have a triple 3 in the key.
Wow. That's
Jason
a
Ross,
long
Christopher
time.
Larkin, take it away. Hey.
All right, we made predictions on that game from Friday,
Yes,
first
we
off,
did.
against the Spurs.
Yes, we did.
So the first category we asked were total points, or Fox's points, and Barnes' points, former Kings. Davey said 28 for Fox, 12 for Barnes. I said 34 for Fox, 8 for Barnes. Chris said 18 for Fox, 11 for Barnes. It was 16-12. Pretty good job.
Nice job, Chris.
You got right on for Barnes, and Chris was right there.
Yeah.
All right, then we asked former Spurs, DeRozan and McDermott points. Davey said 33 for DeRozan, 0 for McDermott. I said 25 for DeRozan, 0 for McDermott. Chris said 28 and then 4 for McDermott. And the correct answer was 22 for DeRozan, 0.
Interesting. Who gets that? What was that? You?
I think that's me.
I think it was you. Well done.
And then the last one, we asked for a random stat. Dave, you said, and this one,
yeah, I
you
was
kind
looking
of
for
got,
a ruling
but
here because I don't.
You said at some point Ellis would steal from Fox and then go and dunk it. Well,
Yeah.
he stole from Fox.
He did.
He didn't get the dunk part,
No.
but like he got him a couple times.
Yeah, he did get him a couple. I think I get like 0.375 points.
That's the official rule.
0.3. Is that right?
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
damn it.
exactly what you
Well
get.
done, me.
I said Valanciunas would make a 3-pointer. The Tune.
The Tune.
0 for 0.
Well, he didn't miss any.
Yeah, that's true. And then Chris said that Fox would. What does this read? Oh, would give everyone pizza. He would miss 2 free throws. Barnes did.
Yeah. If he had just said a former King
King
returning tonight, we'll
Yeah.
give the Kings pizza or team pizza.
There you go. So that was the Spurs game.
Okay, that was the Spurs game. John Tesh, take it away. Part 2. Kings Clippers last night. Intuit Dome. Jason Raw.
All right, we asked for the largest lead by the Kings and the largest lead by the Clippers. Davey said 12 Kings, 8 Clippers. I said 10 Kings, 11 Clippers. Chris said 15 Kings, 10 Clippers. No double-digit leads. It was 8 for the Kings, 9 for the Clippers. We're all pretty close. Then we asked for first and last Kings points. Davey said it would be Levine and then Laravia. I said Levine and then Ellis. Chris said DeRozan. The first basket was Keegan Murray. The last points, DeMar DeRozan free throw. So Chris got the DeRozan
Chris got
part.
the DeRozan part.
And then lastly, the random stat. Dave, you said, I can't read my own writing. It was really small here. Oh, Harden would have 14 or more free throw attempts. He had 6 of 8. I said Valanciunas would make a 3-pointer. The Tune. He went 0 for 2.
The Tune.
Took 2. And then Chris said Laravia would have 4 or more 3-pointers. He went 1 for 2.
Fode Kamara on the chat line says the Chun need a better nickname. What's funny about that is he spelled it C-I-U-N, like actual Melon Chun-ness. No, it's C-H-O-O-N.
Yeah. Chun.
And then tonight.
Oh, another one.
We've got another one, John Tesh. Kings versus the Knicks tonight on a back-to-back. It's at 7:30. Jason doesn't like late games because he cannot take a nap, and he'll be sleepy pants tomorrow.
Oh, I'm taking a nap.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah.
During the game?
No.
Love your booty, brother.
All right. We haven't asked this one before, so we got a new one for you today. Prediction. Who will be the plus-minus leader for the Kings, and what will the number be?
Plus-minus leader.
I guess it could be a negative. But...
It could be. Give me Zach LaVine.
Okay. And plus what?
Zach LaVine plus 4.
I'm going to say Keon Ellis plus 11.
Wow.
Chris?
Keegan Murray plus 8.
Okay. Last night, DeRozan was 12 for 12 from the foul line. Dave, what will be his foul line numbers tonight?
He will be 7 of 8.
7 of 8. I have 8 for 8.
8 of 9.
We're all over that.
Wow.
And then a random stat for tonight.
Random stat for tonight. Oh, hey, by the way, can somebody help me? Who's the lady that always sits next to the Kings bench in the room? My dad is obsessed with her.
And she was at the Clipper game last night.
She was, and he is obsessed
Really?
with who is she? She's always next to the bench. She's on the road last night. He'll text me updates. And someone's got to know who she is. Good seats. Good
Great
for her.
seats,
Huge
yeah.
Kings fan.
Yeah.
Good for her. I would say tonight's random stat is, you know what I'm going to say? Jonas Valanciunas makes 3.
Nice. The tune. If you get it, I'm going to be so happy for you.
I'll bet you are. About as happy as 7:30 starts.
I'm going to say Keegan Murray has a double-double.
Good for you.
We are getting a Doug Christie snarl tonight.
Yes. I need to call my friend with the broadcast because they did a really good job of it with the Spurs. They need to sponsor. First off, the camera needs to be on Doug Christie every single time he smells the smelling thing. It's not salts, it's a jar of something, which we still don't have, by the way. But the camera needs to just stay on him because the faces he makes are phenomenal. And there needs to be a collage at the end of the year of again, Kings, I'm going to help you out here. There needs to be a shirt, and it needs to be the faces of Doug Christie. And you just have a collage of 9 different snarls. And he is a very emotive person.
Yeah. It's happy, sad, thrilled.
Yeah. Snarl.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back.
And then one with Keegan on the back, and it's just the same face.
All the same face.
It's happy, thrilled, snarl.
That's it. Jason, again, no, that's a second shirt. That's such a good idea. That's a second shirt. Honestly.
Maybe we don't have the Kings do it. Maybe we do.
That's what I'm saying. Aren't we? We're partners with them. We can do that, right? Let's just make our own shirts. And has any radio station ever thought of that, making Kings-related merchandise and selling it? Why don't we do that?
Would it be a Teagan Murray shirt?
We'll take a break. You gotta clean yourself off there, Jason. When we come back, Frankie Cartoscelli joins us, Sacktown Sports Kings Insider. He'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work.
Unlimited potential. What if your biggest risk was not taking one? What if you could make every move matter? Bank of America's business solutions can help bring your biggest what ifs within reach. Find out how our digital tools, cutting edge insights, and trusted expertise can work for your business. What would you like the power to do? Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep 149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, because this deal's for a limited time. 149.
For tax prep that's $149 or less, hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
We rely heavily on our HVAC systems during the cold valley winters and hot valley summers. That's why there are so many HVAC companies out there. So when you need a new system or a tune-up, where do you turn? I turned to Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Once our heater checked out, we checked in at leesair.com. The entire experience exceeded our high expectations. You want prompt service from people who know what they're doing, can save you money, and will treat you right? For your HVAC needs, Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, on the web at leesair.com. Ask about their $99 HVAC tune-up service, license number 635355. Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Well, coming up in moments, we're going to visit with Frankie Cartoscelli, our Sacktown Sports. Oh, yeah.
That's what we do.
Kings insider. He'll be joining us here. And actually, Frankie is here right now, ready to go. Good morning, Frankie.
Good morning, Jason and Dave's chair and Verlot. How you doing?
We're doing well. I know there's a lot for us to get through, and I don't know if we want to start with Friday, if we want to start with last night, but maybe we'll go with Friday first, Frankie, because that was going to be a weird night. I think it kind of played out that way. The most important thing is the Kings won, but just curious your thought on just the other stuff, because the headliner was De'Aaron's evening, and we were all kind of wondering how that would all go. What was your take on Friday night with De'Aaron coming back?
Yeah, very strange feel. It was just interesting, and from my perspective, just being gone for a month or so for the paternity leave. And last time I went to a game, really, Fox was there in uniform for the Kings, and they were playing some good basketball. And seeing him back on the floor again for the first time in a Spurs uniform at a time where really the main storyline leading into it was how would fans react? What would the reception be? And I think that, I think people on TV said that they heard cheers coming through pretty clearly. And it did seem pretty 70-30, 60-40, maybe, if you want to lean that way, positive reception for Fox. And, he had a nice reception and a night that really overall for the Kings, I think a lot of people were looking to, will Fox have a, 30, 40, kind of like back to when Boogie came back when he was with the Pelicans, that 40-point, 20 rebound kind of type performance. And the Kings kind of have to deal with that. No, not really. Fox struggled for the most part. Keon Ellis did a great job defending him. The Kings really never had to worry about that game against San Antonio. And, that's good that they got to, get the best of Fox in his return, but also from the Kings perspective, great that they're continuing to take advantage of teams that they quote unquote should beat. And kind of leaking into last night's game, the teams that they need to beat, they're showing up, they're playing well overall, but you're going to be graded on wins, and the moral victories are long gone here. And I was on the Alan Stiles show last week, and Alan's pretty outspoken about how he is over the moral victories and wants the Kings to move on from that. I think everybody's on the same page there, But that doesn't mean that you can't look at the last couple of games. Their losses really Denver and Los Angeles, and not be encouraged a little bit. But again, graded on wins, not losses, and they got to win some more games here.
Speaking of that, I want to remind everybody you can listen to Alan Stiles 10 to 2. You can also download the app and check out the YouTube pages as well to get Frankie's entire appearance on that program and any other guests they may have as well. Followed by Whitey and Kyle tonight, taking you all the way into Kings basketball. That's a point, Chris. That's a point.
Bing.
Yeah, bing. Frankie, I want to talk about the Kings defense on this little run of theirs. It seems like they held Charlotte to 88. They held Utah to 101. They held Houston to 103, 98 for Dallas, 116 for Denver, 109 San Antonio. And then last night they gave up 111 to the Clippers, but they had them below 100 in regulation. So when I look at what's been happening this month, and I didn't expect them to be this competitive so far on the stretch, the thing I would point to more than anything would be it seems like they're buying into a lot of Doug Christie's team defense principles.
Yeah, and they're, well, first and foremost, the most important thing is communication, and they're being very outspoken about wanting to communicate better on the floor and help guys out. They're not getting lost on switches as much, which happened a lot in recent months, and you're seeing Doug try some different things. And last night you kind of saw him interchange Keon Ellis and Jake LaRavia on James Harden, and a lot of Jake LaRavia on James Harden, especially in crunch time. And that's what Jake LaRavia does. And that's kind of his calling card, what it was in Memphis, why he saw the floor a lot. He could stretch the floor and play defense and defend multiple positions. Like the Kings are really starting to buy in. They're starting to buy in and kind of have to tap into those guys who can play defense at a high level. The Kings really only have three of them if you count Keegan Murray, who's been his own plus in that regard. But Keon Ellis is the Kings' best defender. I think that's pretty clear. Jake LaRavia is someone who the Kings picked up at the deadline. That adds to the depth. So you're seeing a little bit of interchangeability there and a little deeper depth. You moved De'Aaron Fox, who led the league in steals last year, was a good on-ball defender when he bought in. And now you're kind of seeing Doug, who we all know was a defensive-minded player, all-defensive guy, leaning into Keon, playing him a little more, and Jake LaRavia, who struggled shooting the basketball, doing a little better there, able to be a two-way threat. So you're seeing also Valanciunas down in the paint, who I think a lot of fans are pointing to. His defensive, not defensive, I guess, but you can't really call him a rim protector, but he's a rim enforcer. He can enforce in the paint. He can, use his physicality to clear out and rebound. You're not seeing too much of a drop off in that production there that Domantas Sabonis is leaving behind while he's out. The rebounds per game are still pretty close there. But really you're seeing a more physical brand of basketball, and that's what the Kings need to do against these teams that are bigger. And tonight against the Knicks, I'm sure you guys will talk about a little later today as well, but the Knicks are a very physical team, and they bullied the Kings of Madison Square Garden a month or so ago. And OG Anunoby was a guy who really just did whatever he wanted to get into the paint. No Jalen Brunson tonight, so you're going to see them kind of do it by committee again. But I'll be intriguing to see if the Kings can do it again and show up on the defensive end and keep teams really, in my mind, under 120. The Kings record when they allow 120, I can't remember what it is. I think they might be like 1-8 or 1-7, something like that. Not too good. Not too good chances of winning a basketball game if you allow 120 points. So if the Kings can keep teams under there, to me, for this team, that's a positive, which isn't asking for much, really. But yeah.
Just a real quick follow-up on that, Frankie. Look, Jonas has looked better than you could have imagined filling in for Domantas Sabonis. And I want to say this without taking any credit away from him. But one thing that worries me about some in the fan base is getting overly excited about his defense. There is no metric that I've seen at least, that shows that Jonas Valanciunas is a better defender than Domantas Sabonis. In fact, I saw something last week that surprised me that Sabonis is leading the league in post defense. But is it possible that Jonas Valanciunas is not a better defender than Domantas Sabonis individually, but that the Kings defense is better with Valanciunas' style of defense at the 5?
It's possible. I mean, it's hard to see just over this kind of sample size of games, but I mean, they play so similarly, like their brand of basketball is so similar. And I think that's one of the main reasons why the Kings went out and got Valanciunas, is because you could get Sabonis off the floor a little more. I do feel like the Kings really, for the most part this year, why they were getting burnt on the perimeter is because there is that kind of sense you have to overcompensate on the defensive end. And you have to kind of seal people off and not get to the paint because Sabonis is not a rim protector. So you're trying to protect Sabonis and keep guys out of the paint, and you're banking on guys maybe not shooting a high percentage from 3. But as we've learned for the majority of this year, that doesn't happen when you overcompensate and you double players that are entering the paint or trying to penetrate, you free up the perimeter. And the Kings entering, I can't remember if they're 28th or 27th. They're probably still in the 28th, 29th range of 3-point shooting defense. Doing a little better as of late, it feels like. But I do feel like Valanciunas, you feel a little more confident for a guy who definitely is not, not that Sabonis isn't afraid to use his physicality. I feel like the physicality we see from Sabonis is more so him being able to take the brunt of contact on the way to the basket, whereas Valanciunas really initiates a lot of that contact on the defensive end and will clear out for boards. And, I don't think he's as crafty as Sabonis. He's more of a guy who's going to use his physicality and clear you out. And we saw it last night, I think, down the stretch, getting an offensive board and getting to the free throw line. But I think they're pretty similar. And, the jury may still be out on that, topic, but I do feel like they're, to me, a little bit on the defensive end. You don't have to really worry about helping him as much. You kind of feel like he can handle his own down there in the paint and not have to double as much.
Frankie, when do you think we see Monk and Sabonis? Monk maybe tonight, but when do you think?
I bank more. I mean, you never know, but the fact that they're on the court doing, activities and, there hasn't been a practice, I don't think, since that report from the Kings came out. So they probably want to have a practice logged and they have a couple days off before a big game on Thursday. I'd say they're both banking on Thursday. You know how the Kings and Warriors, that, call it a rivalry if you want, I guess. Some players look at it that way. Some fans look at it that way. But I think both are eyeing that game on Thursday night, national TV game. So we'll see what the update is when the injury report drops around 1:00. But the fact that the Kings said that Sabonis will be reevaluated on Tuesday, that to me means he'll be in play for Thursday, not guaranteed. But I know that Sabonis hates missing time. And if it probably was later in the year, he'd probably be pushing through it. But, costly losses happening like last night, a game and a half, that kind of heightens the urgency. And the Kings don't have much time to waste right now. They need their guys back as soon as possible.
Which do you think is going to be more difficult to reintegrate, Monk or Sabonis?
I think Malik would be, in my opinion, Sabonis, what he brings is so valuable, but I think the Kings right now could use another kind of point of attack player. And you're getting a lot of Zach LaVine, a lot of DeMar DeRozan right now. You probably could use a little more Zach LaVine, honestly. He had a great look at the end of regulation last night, and 3-point shooting has spoken for itself. Reigning NBA Western Conference Player of the Week for at least a couple more hours. But I think having Malik you can mix and match a little more. And right now they're kind of, banking on those two players to really create offense. And we've seen Keegan Murray play a little better, and he's been able to knock down threes and not self-create as much, but it really is a matter of DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine setting up the offense and really taking the ball to themselves sometimes. And I think Malik, the turnovers were high when he was the starting point guard before he went down. But if he can be controlled and kind of be the better version of himself and help out DeRozan and kind of get Zach LaVine some more open looks there as a playmaker, the Kings will be set up much better. And of course, that doesn't mean Sabonis coming back, not to, throw dirt on that. I think that having him back will be huge, but it's interesting that we still haven't seen a large, sample size of games of this team, this full new roster post deadline, as far as injuries go and mix and matching rotations, how things have been changing on a game basis. But I think getting Malik back, in my opinion, would help, you lengthen the rotation. How do you get Keon Ellis' minutes back in there? That'll be interesting to see. It was Trey Lyles when Sabonis and Malik were both playing. Trey Lyles didn't see the floor in a couple of games. Does Doug look to keep going that route? If Valanciunas is in the backup center role, we'll see. But I'm intrigued to see what the rotations look like when both guys come back, and it looks like that could be this week at some point.
Frankie, how about the matchup with the Knicks? You brought it up earlier. No Brunson. The Knicks crushed the Kings the last time. They still got a lot of good perimeter players in Karl Anthony Towns. They've lost 3 in a row. Kings have that heartbreaking loss last night. I think we're going to have 2 teams on edge tonight in G1C.
Yeah, and I heard you talking about the late start. I don't think anyone that I know around the media game, or even fans for that matter. I have grandparents that watch every game. They don't love the 7:30 means what? 7:42 tip off. Yeah,
How about 10:40 in New York?
Yeah, that's got to be miserable. That's got to be miserable.
4:42 in Hawaii, though.
Oh, good point.
Aloha. Aloha. No, I think that, it's like I said earlier, it's going to be by committee, and at Madison Square Garden, Brunson at 25, I think, but OG Anunoby is the one who really was killing the Kings and kind of attacking Keegan Murray. And if the Kings can really limit OG and, Towns, like we talked about, we'll see if Valanciunas can be a plus on the defensive end, because I think Towns is going to be their hub tonight as far as who they're going to run their offense through. And we know what he can do as far as floor spacing and attacking the paint. So intriguing to see how the Kings show up tonight. Again, two teams that are really, I don't want to say desperate. I mean, the Knicks are sitting pretty there at third in the East, and they have a good gap of games ahead of fourth. So it's really the Kings that are, every game is precious right now. And it's crazy how much of a turn of events that last night you're looking at jumping to 8th and a half game lead, and now you're almost 2 games back of 8, and a big game on Thursday. You don't want to be 3 or so games behind Golden State. So this is the time where the Kings are going to dig deep and find out who they really are and beat the teams that they maybe shouldn't be by some people's opinions, but they have to. They have to show up in some of these games. You can't look at the upcoming schedule. I think Chicago is one game the Kings, quote unquote, should get, but I'm not sure, at least for the next 3-4 weeks, until we're near the end of the year, what games the Kings have that are, scheduled wins, if you want to even call them that. There probably isn't anything, nothing like that really exists, obviously, but you have Cleveland twice, Boston again, Oklahoma City on a back-to-back. It's just, it's a gauntlet. So you want to get tonight, even though it's a back-to-back against a good team, and focus on Thursday before you have a real hard upcoming schedule.
That's Frankie Cartoscelli, Sacramento Kings insider, right here on Sacktown Sports, appearing with us every week and apparently on other shows as well.
Yeah,
I guess so. But he's thinking about us the whole time. Yeah, Frankie, appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week, friend. Have a good time tonight.
All right, guys, have a good week.
All right, that's Frankie Cartoscelli. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will look at Kings and Knicks tonight at Golden One Center. We also have what to watch, celebrity birthdays, Alan Styles, and so much more. We'll start getting to it all next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco. A ball George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Oh, sure, I have to update you, Jason. On the count, we got another college response over the weekend.
Oh,
she's been on an undefeated streak. She's in Colorado.
Yeah.
She's
with prime time with Dion.
Colorado prime time. Yep. Got into Chapman. That was the big one. That's the leader in the clubhouse right now. Merced, Stanislaus, like Santa Cruz, bunch of those.
So she's got choices.
We're now 7-0-1. She got her response from Loyola Marymount.
Waiting list?
Waiting list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I was like, what's one? Okay.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
Kind of rooting for rejection on that one.
Yeah, but where does she place them?
I don't think they'd be ahead of Chapman.
Okay.
Be honest with you. They have a really good animation program, and I don't think she's necessarily going to do anything, but she didn't know what else she wants to do. But golly.
From the arguments you told me about, it sounds like she's going to be a lawyer.
She should be. The problem is lawyers also need to be organized, and she can't keep her room clean.
Now, if you're a good enough lawyer, you pay someone to
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Well, I don't know. I got told the same thing when I was a kid. That's what people say when they're trying to be nice. Be like, David, you should be a lawyer when you grow up. And that's really, I think, just adult speak for shut the F up and stop arguing.
Yeah.
It's like just because you won't shut your mouth doesn't. My dad was a lawyer. And my dad's the quietest one in the family. Yeah, see?
Because he gets it all out of his system.
Yeah.
He always told me the worst place.
Your Honor, I would like to tell you.
I don't know why. I just saw the clip over the weekend of my cousin Vinny when the dude's asking Marissa Tomei about what's the proper timing for like a 1957 Buick Skylark. What a great scene.
They were.
Also, did I say there's a new series coming out on Amazon starring Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
Yeah, where he bounty hunters the demons.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of excited for that too, Jason.
That's not out yet?
April 3rd.
Oh, okay.
April 3rd. Kings Knicks tonight, Golden One Center. No Jalen Brunson. The Knicks are they're 1-1 without Jalen Brunson this season. They absolutely doo-dooed on the Kings in the first meeting. My goodness, the starters alone had 123 points and their 143 to 120 win. I'm just going to say it right now, Jason. Kings give up 143 or more tonight. They're not winning.
It's an L.
It's an L. Go, yes. They exit L Street. Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart. He had a triple-double, but the Knicks have lost 3 straight. They're 5-5 in their last 10. So the Kings are either getting them right at the right time or they're due.
Yeah, and the weird part about their 5-5 and their 5 wins, so great. They won 5 of them, all really close, just edging opponents by a point.
What's that like?
By 2.6 points per game. But when they've lost, they're losing by an average of 15 points per game. So it's weird. They're in a weird little stretch here, and obviously Brunson's a real key piece to what they do. And I know the critics of the Knicks point to lost it to the Cavs, to the Celtics.
Yeah.
They're looking for like a benchmark win. They got a lot of wins. It's a good team, but they've had trouble with the elite in the East.
Well, the good news is, Jason, they're 3-5 in their last 8.
That's the good news.
Yeah. Hey, they're only 3-5 in their last 8. The bad news is their losses are at Cleveland, at Boston, at Lakers, at Clippers, and home to the Warriors. Those are all pretty respectable losses. I mean, look, I'm not saying they should have lost all of them, but
could have had them beat the Clippers. That would have been nice.
That would have been really nice. They're on their own. That's their own little mini baby gauntlet.
Yeah.
Little baby Knicks gauntlet. They did beat the Sixers by 5. They went into Memphis and beat them by 1, and they beat Miami in Miami by 4 in overtime. They have not played since Friday, so whereas the Kings are on the second night of a back-to-back, at least they get that extra half hour for a little extra resty poo. Not really.
Yeah, they were in the Sawyer last night watching the Kings play.
That was one thing I remember the post game. Fox was saying in his interviews, like, "Yeah, I never stayed in the Sawyer before."
Yeah.
Also, but I don't know. I didn't know. I don't have this. We don't have this on the rundown. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to make of or say Fox and Malik Monk after the game. I saw the video too.
Everybody's trying to interpret that.
I don't know, and it seems kind of dirty to get. I don't know.
No idea.
They could be pissed off at each other, and everyone's extrapolating like, oh, this is fallout from the trade, and De'Aaron screwed Malik, and he's pissed off, and then they could have also been like, they're all friends. They could have been like talking garbage to each other. Like, we don't know tone. We couldn't read lips. Yeah. They could have been arguing about Real Housewives. I don't know.
Could have been.
I don't know.
We just don't know.
It looks like someone Venmo'd somebody and they're like, wait, I owe that? No.
No. You need to pay more. Like, right. We don't know. And you're just going to, and what I don't want, do what you want, but people just coming up with their own reasonings.
Yeah.
And then being like, see, this is why.
Well, and some of that you need to be careful, because I'm glad I said this in the first timeout of that game on Friday night, because the intro, I passed the intros, then it was like, handshakes, whatever. And to me, this is what I saw. This is why it's important to get other people to talk about it too. Fox went out of his way to, dap up, all the stuff with Keegan, like their normal handshake. Yeah. I forget who else did a nice handshake and like half hug to Levine.
With DeRozan, there was a big hug.
See, I didn't see that.
Oh, I'm talking about before the game.
Yeah, which is perfect. I did not see that. So, to me, I saw him go to Keegan, to Levine. I don't think he did anything to did something with Keon. I'm like, ooh,
no,
he purposely stayed away from DeMar. That was what I was internalizing. And so we went to the timeout. And I said, wow, did you see him? And then I think both Henry and Deuce like, oh no, they totally hugged before the game.
Yeah,
perfect.
Big hug. Big
I didn't
smiles.
see that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's what we don't
careful.
see,
Exactly.
right? And we dive like the whole handshake hug thing post game with Sabonis looked a little dry, but people don't realize they had breakfast.
Thank God it wasn't wet.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, they had breakfast that morning at Sizzler, probably.
You just have to, we can all guess.
We don't know. And at some point, it's like, come on.
Yeah. He's not a king anymore.
He's not a king
He's
anymore.
on the Spurs.
It's
Kings have their squad.
That's my official statement is I don't know.
Yeah.
As somebody who's been yelled at by Rasay Fox online, I know what it's like. But in that case, she really was mad at me.
Okay.
This could have been something completely.
It was weird to see her in her spot with Rain and Spurs jerseys.
I
guess so.
I don't like that call. A very good call. So Kings Knicks tonight. Jason, is everything a must win now? Are we officially on must win watch?
I don't know. They all feel like they're blending together now. You want to get as many as you possibly can. It'd be nice to get back in the win column to keep the pressure on everybody around them. I feel good about what's behind them. I'm talking about Dallas and Phoenix. I just don't think those are great teams, but you don't want to be 9. You've got to try to get to 8 or 7 and keep working your way even higher if you can. So last night was a setback. You guys got to try to get it right.
We'll take a break. When we come back, there's a lot to watch. We also have some NFL news that's happened while we're talking, including an X-Raider finding a new home. And the new home that the X-Raider is in has an X that was in that home that might have a new home very soon with a team that's similar colors to my shirt I'm wearing right now. And for those of you not watching, it's red. Ooh, who could that be? We'll take a break. We'll catch up on all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In the Shag Bag, the renovation of Poppy Ridge Golf Course in Livermore, California continues on schedule for a reopening this year. Architect Jay Blasey's design assures a golf course we can look forward to playing a few months down the road. Check poppyridgegolf.ncga.org for updates. And Rod Metzler, PGA with Courseco, reports that the Campus Commons Golf Course continues to grow in after a complete redesign and is also scheduled to reopen in the next couple of months. I'm hearing a lot of talk about the nighttime crowd at the Hagen Oaks driving range with their Top Tracer technology. You'll find accomplished players alongside newbies searching for that first center of the club face experience that brings them back for more. The order of the evening is fun, so it might be worth a look. National Golf Foundation reports 45 million Americans over the age of 6 played golf both on course and off course in 2023. When can we count you on that list? That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-292-7788. 800-292-7788.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came back to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
First thing, there are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on
that.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line. Additional terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-848-4499. 800-848-4499. Again, that's 800-848-4499.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
The other thing, we didn't really, we covered so much other, can I say this? We could easily have a show today where we did okay, Kings Friday, Spurs, Kings last night, Clippers, Kings tonight, Knicks. And then, oh, by the way, we kind of skipped over the reports that Domantas Sabonis wants to see clarity with the direction of the team. There's still a lot of stuff to unpack. Can everyone just, I feel like we'll be forgiven if it's that story's not going anywhere. There's so much Kings going on right now. And I think a lot of us are just super dramaed out from the last couple weeks.
That'll show up again.
We'll get to that. We're not going to ignore it and all the ownership stuff. And, there's
We talked a lot about it on Friday. Right?
We talked a lot about it. And then Sam's coming on Thursday, and we will have that. And by the way, nice link from Sam and the Athletic in there to us in there as well. Some video we did. So
Hi there.
That was neat. So we'll get to it, everybody. I mean, I know some of you there might be some people tuning in going, why are they not? We will. It's not going anywhere. It's It's going to be a lot. We'll get to it at the end of the year. Probably we'll definitely get into it in the summer. We will talk ad nauseum about it. There's just a lot of kinging going. We got to do the now stuff
right
before we do the big picture stuff, right? Knicks at Kings. Oh, wanted to say Khalil Mack has signed with the Los Angeles Chargers, so he kind of takes over that defensive role. Not exactly, but sort of vacated by Joey Bosa. And it does sound like Joey Bosa and the 49ers are in talks, and that there is, according to reports from those in the know, there is sorry, Sam. Thank you, Sam, for listening. Sam was making a funny joke. He just texted me. He goes, "Why are you ignoring my work?" Thank you, Sam. Sam, of course, shows up with us.
Yes.
This Thursday, a safe and sane Sam, by the way. We don't want him. Do not guest and drive.
Yeah.
If you can help it. So there's that, and then the Bosa deal could happen with the 49ers.
We'll wait and see. There's a lot of movement going on in the NFL.
A lot of movement going on. Hey, they say it's 24/7, 365 league, Jason.
They do.
There's a lot. Knicks and Kings, of course, tonight. Here's what else is going on. Lakers, Nets. Ooh, the return of Jordy Fernandez to L.A., which he used to go on road trips with the Kings.
In Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a thing we made fun of last week, all the Lakers love and all that stuff, and they were playing great earlier on one of the shows because LeBron's going to be out for a week to two. It's like, is this the start of the Lakers' downfall? And I went, oh, my gosh. Wait, weren't they winning the title last week? And now they lost a game and LeBron for 1 week.
It's just so
let's
lame. Oh, it's just so dumb. Magic at Rockets.
Magic Rockets.
The Magic. Some of those Sunday morning. Suns at Grizzlies.
Go Grizzlies.
Go Grizzlies. Nuggets at Thunder.
Oh, same teams again today.
Not as fun as Thunder Nuggets, but yes.
Nuggets, Thunder, yeah.
Nuggets, Thunder. Mavs at Spurs. That's a Battle of Texas.
Yeah.
And the Blazers at the Warriors.
Oh, Portland. Let's help us out.
Let's go P-Land.
Yeah.
Let's figure that out. Yeah, what does all that mean for LeBron's legacy, right? Aaron Rodgers has emerged as an option for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chris Godwin is returning to the Buccaneers on a 3-year deal. Hey, how about that? And then Khalil Mack, $18 million to the Chargers.
I didn't think we mentioned this earlier. How about Devontae Adams going to the Rams? What do you think?
Yeah, we didn't mention that earlier, by the way. I don't like that from a Snyder fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
They got Stafford back now. You added. I still think Devontae Adams has a little bit to give. A little bit.
Yeah, that's the team that won the division. So the Niners that's the team they got to catch.
What do you think we should do with Royale, Jason?
Well, they've been hinting. I actually thought the irony of last game was obviously it felt like Fox killed Royale.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously they wanted to bring him back. They've been teasing it. They've done some in-game stuff. And I thought, oh, man, that'd be kind of funny to do it the night De'Aaron's back. But nothing happened yet. Still some more home games.
Nothing happened. I'm fine with that. Question from the text line. Is it too early to say Zach is a better plus for the Kings than Fox is for the Spurs? Yes, it would. Please don't do that. Right now, it looks great, and I hope that's – please do not put yourself in the mental space where you're already ready to – the Spurs are not who the Spurs are almost certainly going to be, and I just don't want people to let's just focus on the now. I'm really trying to do my best for the rest of the season to focus on the now and not worry about the future of this team, of which I have really huge questions about. I just want to enjoy. I like the way they're playing. I want to enjoy the rest of the season. Let's see what they can do. And then in the offseason. But I wouldn't go to the cashier in Vegas yet on the whole Fox and Spurs and how all that's going to work out stuff. There's a bright future in San Antonio, and God only knows what's happening in the draft this year. They've got a good young core, so we'll see.
Yeah, their whole reason for this was about the future. Now, they had hoped that it still could have been a present for them.
Sure.
And when Victor got hurt, and they just haven't been as good. So, but assuming if he's back,
yeah,
why wouldn't they be good next year?
Well, and that's the whole thing is,
and whatever else they do.
You got the coaching situation there. that they have to figure out, obviously. You got a great core with Wembanyama, and Stephon Castle looks fantastic. Fox will get that finger surgery and come. I'm bullish on the Spurs' future. I think they'll be just fine. I think they're going to be, someone to deal with next year. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened, and right now Zach LaVine looks fantastic for the Kings, and they're playing very well, as we've talked about this whole game. Even last night, they're playing very well. And I feel like if we see the Kings team of the last 5 games against the Knicks, I like their chances tonight. I really do. The big question for me, you alluded to earlier, I don't know what the hell they do with Karl Anthony Towns, man. Mm-hmm. I don't. I know Anunoby had issues. He went in on Keegan a little bit last time. You've got Mikal Bridges as well, who is so hit or miss this year. It'll be interesting to see who they match Keon Ellis with, because honestly, I would imagine it's Josh Hart, but I'm not necessarily worried about Josh Hart's offense as much as I'm worried about the other 3. I just don't know. I think the hope here is that Karl Anthony Towns just has a rough shooting night, because I think he's going to have a lot. He's going to have a lot of open looks on the perimeter if he wants them. And when you're talking about he's a 7-foot dude. He's also a former 3-point champion. So that to me is going to be the one that Doug and everyone else has to really. And speaking of Doug, by the way, I should say this. We talked about it a little bit on Friday when the news was breaking, and then it broke a little bit later after we got off the show. Congratulations to Luke Laux, former Florida State player. He is now off at 34 years old to Tallahassee to replace the legend that he played for, his mentor, Leonard Hamilton, who's been there since the early 2000s for Florida State basketball, jumping from, you'd say, well, is it a lateral move or a backwards move? Nah, that can be a good program. There's definitely a lot of money there. And the video, I shared it from War Chant. Luke and his wife and family all arrived in Tallahassee. I think it was either Saturday or Sunday, to a downpour. They had the whole marching band in the airport playing for him. His kiddos look like they're 4, 5, 6 years old. So what an experience for the kids. Are probably like, this place sucks. The plane was really scary. We're all crying on the way down because it was stormy, and now it's rainy, and we don't know this place. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll get comfortable soon.
And moving from Sacramento to Tallahassee is definitely a downgrade.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, you spent much time in Tallahassee?
I know enough.
Home of Steve Goss?
That's all you have to tell me.
You don't know what the Florida Panhandle's like this time of year, man. It's
it's hot.
It's hot. It's a little bit hot. Yeah. So
alligators live there. They're basically dinosaurs.
And by the way, Jason, we now know we now have connections with both the Florida State athletic general manager and Florida State basketball head coach. I think I got my dad out there this year. I think that's
I'll plan your trip soon.
Too much there. I know. We'll take a break. When we come back, crosstalk with Styles and celebrity birthdays as well.
Good batch today.
Going to be a lot of energy there for celebrity birthdays. Also a lot of energy in your home that needs to be dealt with. And that's where our friends at American Energy Heating and Air come in. Good morning, Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and American Energy is hiring. Don't want to forget that. Hiring right now. Look, if you need a job, or if you just don't like yours because it's stupid or whatever, go to American Energy Heating and Air. They'll train you. Whether you're experienced or not, they'll train you. They'll get you up to par, and some good money to be made there. Great benefits. Great company to work for. Ben, A+ with a Better Business Bureau, and been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. Right now, as far as deals go, it's the same one I've been telling you about all month. $49 furnace tune-up. And if your furnace is 10 years or older, it is free. If you need a repair, $50 off your first repair. If you need a replacement, half off. It's a lot of stuff there. American Energy Heating and Air is looking for you to not just keep your home safe, but also save you some money. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. We will take a break. When we come back, Alan Styles joins us for Crosstalk and Celebrity Birthdays as we wrap up a Monday program for you. Thanks so much for being with us We'll do that next.
Malik Monk plays
Started
here.
left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
We rely heavily on our HVAC systems during the cold valley winters and hot valley summers. That's why there are so many HVAC companies out there. So when you need a new system or a tune-up, where do you turn? I turned to Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Once our heater checked out, we checked in at leesair.com. The entire experience exceeded our high expectations. You want prompt service from people who know what they're doing, can save you money, and will treat you right? For your HVAC needs, Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating on the web at leesair.com. Ask about their $99 HVAC tune-up service, license number 635355.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Alan Styles.
Yeah, Alan Styles.
Alan just pointed out I have there's a guy I blocked on Twitter a while ago, and he has now changed his profile to Carmichael Cave instead of Carmichael Dave. And apparently
I did that a couple. I mean, oops.
Burners. Apparently, I'm a he's responding to everything as me as a pirate. But my God, he's got I'm looking at Jesus. I thought I tweeted a lot. My God.
And he's responding.
Yeah.
Responding to Kanye West. I mean,
You're great. Now Kanye's gonna be all pissed at me.
Yeah.
No, there was a guy on you yesterday on the social media, but it was just so like randomly hardcore. It made me feel sad. I was laughing. He was really, really angry at you. Oh yeah. What did this guy say here?
Find it.
And this really is what happens when people can't get dates.
Oh yeah, no, the Spurs fan. You're talking about the random Spurs.
Yeah.
He didn't say I was a foreigner.
No,
he was the one.
No, there's another one.
No, people weren't happy with
somebody called you a foreigner, and I know what they meant. Like, oh, you're from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But it was just so damn like, wow, really? Is that what people are just getting? Maybe they've always been nasty, but they're getting so nasty.
Well, yeah, but then it's
here we go.
Yeah.
You're a foreigner and a fool. Go away.
Let me see.
Refs jobbed the Kings again. DeRozan clearly fouled. Blah blah blah. You're an asshat, Alan. But it's
I never even saw.
It's the @ sign with $2 signs.
Maybe I blocked them.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. And by the way, that guy's always super nice to me. That's what's funny. You probably have plenty of people that are super nice to you. There.
Yeah.
Ding dongs to me. It's like, what are you getting so fired up for?
Yeah, and that's what I talked about. I know we're gonna get into celebrity birthdays, but I just think that a lot of people are looking at this game as if, and I know you guys probably said similar things.
Yeah.
If it's November, if it's December, I'm a completely different person. There's just no time.
Yeah, we talked about that today. We talked about your take in particular. I don't disagree with it. Like I thought the loss to Denver and loss to Clippers. Like, I really like the way they're playing. Yeah. I didn't expect them to play this good a defense with this crew, and they're missing Monk and they're missing Sabonis. That being said,
that's probably why the defense.
They're running. Yeah, well, but that's the other thing. Can we be done with the whole Valanciunas is a better defender thing? Because there's literally nothing that supports that. He might be a better defender
for the stats
for this team.
Yeah,
but also we need to remember too, Monk's not in the starting lineup either. Yeah. That's going to help a little bit. But you're right. We're running out of time. So it doesn't matter why we're losing. We're losing.
That's it. And
by we, I mean the Kings. You would say the Kings. I say we.
Right. When it comes to the whole character building thing, you're not the Spurs. You're not the Blazers. These aren't. You're not the Rockets. We have no clue who is going to be here. Oh well, this is going to help them next year. This team might explode next year, so it doesn't matter, or it could matter. We don't know.
Sabonis is looking for clarity this summer.
There is only one King out of the high producing Kings that I am very certain will be.
Okay, hold on. Let's say it on 3, just the last name only. All right, let's say it on 3. So it's
and don't count Keon.
Oh no, won't count Keon. So it's 1, 2, 3, name. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Levine. Where were you?
No, you're right.
Oh, we are right.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
but how much?
Only person.
But how much of that is that's not a movable contract?
That's it.
Yeah. Not that he's not a stud so far.
Right.
No, I'm not trying to crack the guy. I'm just saying he's not easy to move.
That's it. So
unless they trade him for Durant, he audibly gulped. He audibly gulped.
I heard it. And saw it.
Yeah.
All right, that is your MC for your Sacramento River Cats, Alan Stiles. I want to remind everybody, by the way, you can tune into Alan not just next, but if you miss any part of the show, you can get that on the app. You can get that on YouTube as well. The interviews individually under the videos tab and so much more. And then, of course, don't forget Whitey and Kyle coming up later this afternoon. That's a point. That's another point. So I don't think he's keeping track of these. Really, he doesn't do anything when I do that. I'm looking for him to mark something down, and Chris doesn't do it. Oh, he's remembering them. Yeah. How many do we have so far today? Chris, how many points do we have?
3.
That is the correct answer. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
Oh, but this doesn't count.
Why?
It says in the email that crossovers don't count.
No, but I plugged other stuff during the crossover.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
What? No. Oh, am I getting the DeRozan review now? Oh, he hit the finger.
I think I've kind of boycott. I think we're at 0 points.
Wow. Well, we're carrying the station. That's fine. I mean, whatever. Need a
Someone's
chiropractor.
If you don't want to be like us.
Yeah, whatever.
Nothing.
They're nothing like
Yeah.
us. Nothing like us. Nothing like us. Celebrity birthdays.
Big day today,
Good.
March 10th. We already said happy birthday to Zach Levine, his 30th.
Big
We already
3-0.
did that. Happy birthday today to Bad Bunny.
Is there a good bunny?
What's your favorite Bad Bunny song, Jason?
Bad.
I'll let them carrots.
Yeah, I like What's Up, Doc, or also from the album I Took a Wrong Turn at Albuquerque.
Also hip hop.
Yeah. Bad Bunny is 41.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to say Bad Bunny. He has been around for a while, though. I'm going to say 36.
34.
Chris is closest, 31. Happy birthday to Carrie Underwood.
I did actually randomly watch about 20 minutes of American Idol this weekend.
You Carrie Underwood. What? That doesn't even mean. How was it?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They were in Nashville, so they actually
Moving.
have talent. Yeah.
Carrie Underwood is 35.
36.
38.
Chris is closest, 42. Happy birthday to Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris doesn't have birthdays. Birthdays have Chuck Norris.
Yeah, what happened to those jokes?
They got all played out. We changed them to Tom Thibodeau jokes.
Hmm.
Chuck Norris is 82.
Chuck Norris, when I was a child, I did karate at a Chuck Norris dojo.
Oh, yeah?
I bet you love sidekicks, huh?
I got to the purple belt.
Is Chuck Norris on the Mount Chest Bushmore from the 70s? Like, it'd be Burt Reynolds, Chuck Norris, and then you got to come up. But he didn't just have chest hair. That dude had a chest bush.
You said he's 82?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's 74.
He's 86.
Chris is closest, 85.
What is happening?
Happy birthday, Robin Thicke.
No one does a thick.
Robin Thicke.
Can't help myself.
Right, and you're not even singing the one song I know either.
Which one is that?
Blurred Lines.
Oh, that's Pharrell's song.
Robin Thicke is
Oh, wait, that's
38. You know you want it. Come on,
that is the
get
same
it.
song. I'm just not realizing. What did you say?
He said 38.
The big 4-0.
He's
Robin.
46.
Robin.
Chris is closest, 48. You guys are way off today.
Not talking about 40.
Happy birthday, John Hamm.
Hamster.
The Haminator. John Hamm.
John's Ham, John Ham.
Or Jammer, as I call him, is 52.
John Hamm, 53.
55.
Tie between Alan and Chris, 54.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Hebert is 28.
You know what they say about quarterbacks?
What do they say, actually?
They're not ever 28.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say
that all the time.
Herb Easy
Herbinator
is 27.
Herbie goes to L.A.
I'm going to go with Alan, 27.
We have a correct answer. 27.
Come
Chris
on.
and Alan.
I'm
back,
over.
baby.
Happy birthday, Sharon Stone.
Ozzy. Oh, wait. Is this when Chris did the...
Ozzy.
Not Sharon Osbourne.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne,
Sharon
not
Stone.
Sharon Stone.
Oh.
I know what you were doing.
Sharon Stone, I was stretching. Sharon Stone, 62.
65.
She is 68.
Chris is closest,
No,
67.
no.
Rod Woodson.
What movie was that?
Basic Instinct.
Groundhog Day. It was not.
No, it's not that.
Who?
Rod Woodson.
Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson's 53.
You know what they say about football players?
What did they
Number
say?
53.
55.
52.
Alan's closest, 60.
on.
Whoa.
Happy birthday to Kwame Brown.
Lame. Kwame Brown. Oh gosh.
Remember his comeback a couple years ago? That was fun.
Kwame Brown's 41. Like, I feel he's gonna be younger than we think.
Yeah, burnouts, they're always young.
Kwame Brown's got some really good IG stuff, though.
38.
44.
Chris is close as 43.
No.
JB Bickerstaff.
Future.
Big 41 today.
43.
Big
42.
Alan's close
Come
as
on.
46. You had an offer.
I went, give me one more.
Let's see. I'll ask you. Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde is 42.
No, what are the others?
No. She's 48.
What are the others?
Jasmine Guy, Ego Wodum, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank.
Go.
Barbara Corcoran is 66.
No way.
Anybody else?
Barb. 69.
Chris?
The person?
Yeah.
66.
Alan's close.
Yeah, I mean, I watched some Shark Tank. No disrespect.
All right,
For those
Alan
reasons,
Styles
I'm
is
out.
next. I suck. Bye now.
On the move? Got somewhere to